The following podcast episode might contain coarse language and subjects not suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ground rules. No cussing, clean your plates, and only a half hour anywhere else off to bed.
Well, that sucks.
And don't you mouth off to me or I'm gonna slap you right in
No offense, Slappy, but I'm an independent doll, and I don't need you here.
Well, no offense to you, Mary Ellen, but you're a doll, and I don't need you here.
Live from a not-so-sleepy little town comes a podcast for a mobile game. Really? Anyhow, your hosts, a content creator and an artist trying to come up with wild ideas while also talking about whatever. It's the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast!
Good evening and welcome back to the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast. This is going to be an interesting one. This is the episode 15, I believe, which is episode 3 to season 2. And, well, let's just say this episode is going to be interesting for a few certain reasons, but, I digress for now. First, I hope you enjoyed that interesting meme that Vampire decided to do. I think originally he wanted to do that for the last episode, but it was a little late to the party, but hey, he's here. It's there now, and my God, that is such a cursed Herbert Slappy. Jesus Christ. Why?
I love that joke.
Yeah, it's
And
just,
don't you mouth off to me or I'm gonna slap you right in your beep.
yeah. You probably did a funny thing for that one too, but yeah, just one. No, I don't need you. I'm a doll. Well, no offense, but you're a doll. I don't need you. We don't need you to
No
be
offense
here.
to you, Mary Ellen, but you're a doll, and I don't need you here.
Yeah, honestly, that's like what happened. Like after Appleby made that story, that's like, yeah, that's how Slappy looks to everybody now. He's just like a Herbert, Herbert
I
doll.
wanted to make like some kind of joke involving that whole premise, and I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw like a short clip of Herbert babysitting the Griffins, and I'm like, you
Yeah,
know what? I'm gonna use this.
yeah. I forgot what episode that was based off of, but yeah, interesting though. So, anyways, I'm Grim as usual. Then we also have Vampire, which I guess you didn't do a funny thing unless you can just do like, oh,
Well,
I'm actually Herbert this time.
actually, my introduction was gonna be like, I am Steve.
Oh, fuck off. That is a horrible movie. But you know what? Why don't we before we go ahead and discuss that a little bit more? We have special guests this time around. So yeah, first
Yeah,
time ever we got some
yay! Round
special
of
guests.
applause.
So yeah, yay me. Anyways, why don't you introduce yourselves?
You go first, or you want me to go first?
How about you go first?
Alright, hi, I'm Jax, aka Jester. I use he and they pronouns. And I'm just here being the innocent elf I am.
Yay! Yay!
And then now your turn.
Hello there, my name is Alistair. I don't really have a lot of titles unlike Jester over here. I am a streamer on the weekends sometimes nowadays, and I work with Vampire on stuff that I'm not so sure I'm allowed to speak of on this podcast.
Secret projects that may or may not be of appropriate age, but that's okay because this is not for young kids. If you watch this and you're young, wow,
I'll give you.
how could you? I'll give you a
Perfect.
spanking.
Yay!
Slap you in your
I can curse, yay!
slap you in your
I'm gonna slap you right in the penis.
okay, there he goes. And I guess with that means it's just a spooky dookie crew. And if you're asking
Yeah.
why that name, blame Vampire.
Oh wait, I had to do my Seth Rogen laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Anyways,
his
now that
brain
you,
grew 2 sizes that day.
yeah, now that you guys got properly introduced, let's go ahead and talk about the horrible I am Steve. That is, thank God,
Steve.
that is horrible. Like they got action figures now that came out, and a lot of people are memeing on it because it's like that's a Jack Black figure. It's just like that's not.
No, I feel like they're memeing on Coolidge right now.
Yeah, they're memeing. The memes are always all over the place, but yeah, as far as the Minecraft thing goes, it's just like, they're already starting to market the movie because it's coming out. I think next. Well, I mean, technically, it probably came out now because this is airing sometime in April. But
Like,
you know,
who wants to watch a human date a villager?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That's literally what's happening. I'm not even kidding.
yeah.
Okay,
There's
so
seriously a plot? Oh my god.
I was curious of whether or not the villagers can actually talk because for the longest while, um, every time I like pretend to voice a villager, every time me and Jax and Alistair play Minecraft, I always voice the villager similar to like the I'm trying to remember the name of the creator, but he does like the villager news stuff, and he always makes them sound like, "Hello, my name is Villager Number 4, and I just lost my house to a bunch of people who took all my stuff and transformed it into a cat statue.
I
I'm
don't.
homeless now."
It burnt my house to the ground. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a pretty nice looking statue, don't get me wrong, but I have nowhere to sleep now.
it kind of sounds a little
Do,
Trumpy.
do you
Be like,
guys have a
it's
room
a
for
nice
rent?
house. It's the greatest house in the world. They did a nice job. Steve
Oh,
is coming in
now you guys
here.
kind of sound like Donald Trump for a second there. Like, I have the greatest house. It's the greatest
Exactly.
house in all of Minecraft. I know about greatest houses.
That's the worst thing we want to do right now. But the other thing too is that I don't know why when it came to Minecraft, like they make them look like Squidwards and they even make them sound like them. It's like,
Well, that's what they were
Oh.
originally made.
Yeah. I think the other day too,
But
when it came to Minecraft stuff, that we mentioned there was a guy who literally just every time someone makes a comment, like top comment, he would just do something there. It's like, I added kidnapping in Minecraft, which is like
oh
literally
yeah,
just kids snapping.
yeah, and you could just
Kid
enter their dreams like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I know that they recently came out with two add-ons for in collaboration to the movie.
Oh.
They added
Yeah, one of them
skins.
was one of them is called Lava Chicken.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, it
just
was
because of
based on
that
that
one
one scene in the
scene meme.
trailer where they make like the chicken through the lava machine or whatever.
I
Yeah.
did not
Just because why not?
Yeah, just like why not? And then the other one is I think it was supposed to be like a piglet invasion type thing.
Yeah. What's weird about that too is I saw commercials that McDonald's is now advertising their kids meal with it, and I'm just like, okay, so
With
we
piglets.
we,
Yeah,
we
I
got
didn't know how
we
to
got
read.
Grimace, we got the Hamburglar, and then we got I guess Birdie, I think, and it's just like no Ronald. Ronald doesn't exist. He was banned, but
Oh yeah, he was
We
banned since
we've
the fucking clown shit of
yeah,
like what
we've had a couple of
2016.
complaints about Ronald lately.
yeah, he was giving people clown juice.
Oh my
We're not sure what happened to Ronald. He changed after the whole
god.
clown incident of 20 whatever.
Yeah,
2016.
now he's stalking kids in sewers.
Yeah. Oh yes, we do have McDonald's down. We have Happy Meals down here.
Oh
I'm kind of
yes, we have lots of
They
Happy
all
Meals down here. They all float.
I'm just it was weird. I'm reminding now with the McDonald things is just like the R.L. Stein bit. It's just like, and
And
what better
what
way
better
to end
way
my
to end
happy
my
day with
happy
a
day
Happy
than with a
Meal?
Happy Meal?
I like the mascot, not because I like the Happy Meals, but
Also
not because
because
of
the
the
box
food, but because
mascot
the
is
mascot is
objectively
objectively terrifying.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It also
Yeah.
reminds me of the Goob Smooch thing I remember showing you guys, where like there was like a Happy Meal thing. the little Happy Meal mascot character crawls out of someone's eyes like, "Hey, you want some sauces, pig boy? We
Oh
got
my
Windex
god.
range and abortion sauce."
No, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no.
I'm all about commercials, pal. We're on billboards and TVs and video games and fucking NASCARs.
No.
We're gonna shove this cheap addicting sludge down your throat until your grandma's on her deathbed going, "I want to die with a belly full of McRib."
What the hell?
oh my
Oh, there,
god.
boy, yeah, that's nasty.
I love Goop Smooch. His stuff is just so fucking hilarious. Like
Yeah,
always catch myself watching a lot of his stuff. Like he also did one for uh, the Red Box Conundrum, where they go through like different types of movies, and some of them are just like weirder than the last. Like Gary has a toenail 3. Um, Granny got ran over by a semi. My tapeworm and me.
yeah,
It's just like a whole bunch of ridiculous shit. It's fucking
yeah. It's like,
great.
which one will girls like to watch? Well, obviously, Toenail Clipping 3. It's like, why?
Oh
Well, think
yeah.
about it, dude. What do women like?
Maybe we
Toad.
could pick up one of these movies to pick up chicks at the Tasty Freeze.
Yeah,
Gary How's a Toenail 3 it is then. But what if they haven't watched the first two? What do girls like more than lug nuts and baby penguins? Toenail related movie marathons. I rest my case.
you're a genius, dude.
You're a genius, dude. I don't know how you do
Yeah.
it.
There was one
And I have
recently
a
he did,
feeling
I
that
think, which was
eventually we
like,
might get a few of those in the comments.
I think I saw a recent one he did, which was just like, Uncle, someone from the jail's coming. It's like, oh, he's bleeding. It's just like, I need to hide in your treehouse for a little while. All right, but it's gonna pay you. Wait, like, where's your parents? They're in the task the CPA. Wait, you mean you're by yourself? What about the foster? Did they try to take like want him to take him? Well, they tried. Jesus Christ! And just like I don't.
They
Well, I
try.
think it's probably safe if I go
That's really
somewhere
fucking
else.
ominous.
Yeah, I think it'd be safe if I go somewhere else. You didn't say
Uh,
no. Does he
Goob
have
is such a.
presents for us? He's bleeding. I didn't hear a no.
uh,
Yeah, it's good times, fun.
yeah.
Trying to think. Well, I mean, we just ramble on. That's the name of the game. We just ramble on a bunch of random stuff. We were talking about the Steve thing, but I don't think there's much to talk about.
I
Just
do
there,
have
there
a
it is.
I do have a question I want to pose to Jackson and Alistair since they're on a Goosebumps related podcast.
Okay.
What
Okay.
what is your opinion on the series? Let's start with Jax.
Like in
Ghostbusters.
general,
Oh.
Yeah,
I like it. I like the horror and like um the silliness of it. I haven't watched a lot of it because I am the youngest here for all the listeners. I did not grow up with Goosebumps, unfortunately. Um,
but you have been watching a few of the episodes online, right?
yeah, like because of Vampire, I was introduced to it and have been watching some episodes. Haven't seen all of them yet, but I will.
What would you say is your favorite episode so far?
So far, I like the snappy ones and um, Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
Yeah, that Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I know a lot of people liked, but I know that like regardless of like whatever video you see about Goosebumps, the top favorite is usually taken by like the haunted mask because of like I can understand why because a lot of the aspects of haunted mask could make for a really good story. Like it would make for a really good psychological horror.
Would like that's another favorite of mine. I like the mask.
Uh, I'm kind of in the same boat as Jester, except when I was really younger, I'm 27 right now. But when I was younger and in middle school, I tended to stay away from the Goosebumps series because everyone would always tell me like, "Oh, these are like the scariest stories you'll ever like read in your life," and I'm like, I kind of like sleeping when I can. So if I'm gonna sleep, I'd rather not get nightmares.
Yeah.
I know
But
that the TV show itself is actually a lot more scarier than the books because with the books you can at least use your imagination, but when you actually like you when you read like something like say Night of the Living Dummy 2, right? You would
Right.
have like a vague idea of what Slappy would look like based on the description of the doll in the book. But when compare it to like actually seeing the little bastard on TV, you know he's a lot more terrifying.
Yeah, with the voice
Right.
as well, right?
Oh yeah, the voice just makes it even more creepy. I remember when I was younger, the one episode that really freaked me out, other than Slappy as a kid, was the fucking scarecrows.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I can see
Which is
that.
ironic thinking about it now.
Yeah, your best
yeah,
friends are the
this year
scarecrow actually.
scarecrow.
It's your
Yeah.
scarecrow.
I know. I actually remember when I was a kid. I used to have one of those little Goosebumps toys. They were like the uh, fuck. What are they called? They're the ones that you snap your fingers and they turn around and shit.
I think
What?
I'm familiar with those. I'm trying to think what it might be.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I think they were called like uh it's not Smite Chillers. They were I know it was a play on that.
They're a
They were
Goosebumps
like
toy?
yeah, they're a Goosebumps toy. Like what they are is that they're like kind of like little statuette little things with like
Make a curly
dangly
dance.
limbs
Yeah, make curly dance by
with
just
like little
stamping your
dangly limbs.
fingers. Like, dance, curly,
Well, they
dance.
react to like any noise, right? So once they hear like a certain noise come off, that's when the toy starts and it spins the little thing around and turns around and shit.
Yeah. That kind of reminds
I
me of
used to
like,
have one of those.
what I think it
I was
was. I want to say Burger King probably was had like the Happy Meal. I was like their Happy Meals of like, what do you call it? The the Goosebumps stuff. Like, do you remember this back in the 90s? There's like a
I
commercial.
remember Goosebumps used to have like I remember that McDonald's used to have Goosebumps toy. No, it wasn't Goosebumps. It was Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I know Pizza Hut used to do like the commercial for Pizza Hut was somewhat unhinged too because it's like, oh, they just want to say hi to you. But no, but the commercial with the Happy Meal, the well, I call it the Happy Meal, but they're not really Happy Meals, but you know the kids
I
meal
think they were like
toys.
the
Yeah,
yeah, I think they were
it's
like the
like,
King's Kids
all
meal or
right,
something.
yeah, it's like, all right, like which one of these monsters scared you? And there's like a bunch of lineups there, and it's just like them, and it just points to the toys, right? And then even the monsters are scared of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that's so cringe, but it's funny.
But what I was going to say involving the little toy I had one of Slappy, and because I was so convinced from the TV show that he would just come to life and terrorize me, I would hide it in like a little dresser at night because I was afraid he would just come to life and kidnap me or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
One of
and
those
thanks to
ones?
Alistair, he kind of showing off some of the stuff here,
Oh,
so you know I get to show you visual and make my life easier.
I've never seen these before.
Yeah,
Any of those ones? Motion
The
creatures
motion
or
creature, yeah, that's the one.
yeah. I feel bad
The
for
motion
Curly. He
creature,
used,
I have one of Slappy.
yeah, I feel bad for Curly because he used to be like the guy, but then Slap became along. He's
Yeah,
like, no, I am the lead. Screw you. You're not even real. You don't have a book,
yeah,
Jerry. Yeah, I do.
yeah. Curly used to be the mascot of the series until Slappy was like, "Here, hold my beer."
Yeah. Let me be a pervert for a minute.
Let me show you what a real motion. Let me show you what a real
Real
mascot looks like.
monsters. Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jillian, I see you got a nice throwing arm there.
Oh,
Could use them big, strong, muscly arms to work my strings.
I don't think they got no strings. Well, you can put your hand up my back and talk me talk. Mm.
How would you like to put one of your big muscly arms right up my anus?
God, no.
Good.
Oh my
Fantastic.
good
Yeah.
God.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
We're in for a long day.
Yeah, well, maybe not. I don't know what else we should be talking about before we start our Tower Town thing. I feel sad the game's like we don't get no updates to talk about, so it's like we gotta do old stuff again. But
Well, we still have egg monsters to talk about.
well, I'm getting to there. I just mean new stuff.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
new stuff you're gonna talk about. We're trying to talk
Yeah.
about all the old stuff.
Oh, right. Sorry, I got distracted with, Herbert
But,
Slappy.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, to,
you made him, by the way. We
to
didn't say that. You were like, nah, Herbert Slappy. That's my thing now.
to continue what I
That's
was
canon now.
to continue on the thing that I was talking about in terms of like what I think of the series. I didn't really grow up with it a lot. I'm more so like a Haunted Mansion fan than I am a Goosebumps fan. So
I can see that.
Well,
I think they
well,
recently did
what's
an
your
update for that as well with the bride.
oh yeah, they changed the bride from Constance Hatchaway to just the regular bride.
Yeah, but
Oh, I like
they
Constance.
still kind of kept the old cons away, but not like mad murder type. It's just like it's kind of implied,
Right.
right?
Oh,
They
I like Hatchaway.
well, I mean, she's still kind of there. You
Yeah,
can't
but
get rid
it's
of her. She's a
basically
staple.
they basically reverted her to a more like what she was back in the day, right? But
Yeah,
more
they changed her.
modernized it.
They
But then
changed
they're
her
like,
to they changed her to the bride that has the candle and the beating heart.
yeah, which was the original
Right.
vision of it. But then later, I think sometime around Michael Eisner time, they're like, we need to edge it up. I know, we'll make her into
We
whatever
gotta make
Hathaway.
this shiz like scary for the teenagers. If it don't scare my teenage boy, it ain't nothing. You understand?
My boy likes
Considering that this is a
some
fucking house full of
gummy
ghosts, you would
bears. We
think
can
that
make
it
a
would
TV
fit,
show
right?
about them.
You know what I think of when I think of Disney? I think of aliens. The
But
xenomorphs,
not like
aliens.
real aliens. I want to scare the shit out of kids. That's what I think. Then the Mickey Mouse. Nah, 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 nah.
And you want to know else what I think about Disney? Predators.
Oh my God.
So let's put aliens and predators. We'll have
Oh God.
alien, we'll have predator, and then we'll have Slappy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They did have a exhibit like in MGM Studios, which is now Hollywood. They had a Goosebumps exhibit back when Goosebumps was back in its heyday. And what was interesting
Oh
about
yeah,
that was that they actually had like a little show that is actually
yeah.
someone recorded that, which thank God, because then it would have been lost media. But someone was just like, nah, this would be a fun thing. I'll just record it, right? And we have Eric Appleby over there as well.
We also I heard like a lot of people say that the animatronic Curly was probably like one of the best animatronics they had.
Yeah, back then.
Oh yeah.
And they got Cuddles, which is literally just a guy in a suit, but
Well, I mean, to be fair, the guy who plays Slappy was also a guy in a suit.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
But
Yeah,
they
you're a
actually,
giant
I
ass
like
dummy.
the mask they used. I like the mask they used for Slappy because it was a lot better than the one they used for like the TV show.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they had like the short people playing the role of Slappy, they would wear like a fucking silicone mask, and the what I don't like about it is that the head would sometimes squish every time the mouth is used.
Yeah.
They used
But
an
with like
actual actor for Slappy?
yeah, well, for the scenes where Slappy has to like move around and do his
Might actually be
shenanigans,
like a
yeah.
human, yeah, which is like
I
weird.
I thought they were using an actual like puppet or something.
Oh no! Well, if you've watched Night of the Living Dummy 3, you can definitely tell the difference.
Let's go back
Yeah.
and watch it then and keep an
I
eye on
think they
it.
ditched. I think they ditched that premise when they decided to do Bride of the Living Dummy.
Yeah.
because that's like when we actually get to see Slappy not only just stand there but actually like move his body, similar to like when was in Night of the Living Dummy 2, where he was like lifting up the guitar.
Which I guess is like the way they did the film was a little bit better with the end twist ending, but still wasn't bad. It still was bad because instead of going for Jillian, he's like, I want Katie. That's right, I want the little girl. They had to.
I
By
want
the way,
someone weird.
you can't. Yeah. By the way, it's like they couldn't do twins, so they're like, she just has the one sister. It's just like that's the alternative this time around. The one thing I forgot to add when it came to the bride stuff is that the house for Jillian, it actually had a bunch of birdhouses on the side, which is like a nice little nod to the fact that her father makes birdhouses for a fucking living. Like, okay,
Well,
cool.
it's not that he was like doing them for a living. I think it was revealed that he was making birdhouses because he wanted to break to a world record.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. It's like I play the games, and sometimes I just forget the stories. So it's just like, okay.
Well, luckily you have someone like me to tell you all the menial trivia.
Yes, I got a nerd like you to help me.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd.
You're a fucking nerd.
I'm a
Want to play some
fucking nerd that
games?
makes silly comics.
You like Nintendo? Want to play
Yeah,
some
I've always
kitty games? Oh,
You like
pretty much.
Nintendo? You
Yeah,
like
this
the
reminds me.
Mario? How about the Pokemans?
Yeah, Pokemon with the Pokey and the Mon.
You guys like them PlayStations? You like them Crash Bandicoots or the
Mhm.
Spyros?
Oh, I'm a PlayStation nut.
Nice.
You like them Crash Bandicoots
And the Spyros.
and the Spyros?
Yeah. What else? Got the God of Wars.
You like them Xboxes?
Yeah. Is there? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else before we actually just do our the Horror Town thing? Because I don't think there is anymore. I think we talked a little bit more of the history when it comes to Goosebumps stuff. But hmm. You know what? The one thing I'll
Yeah,
add.
I got them.
Okay, so before we continue, one thing I do want to add to the whole the Werewolf of Fever Swamp thing is just like it's interesting as far as the actual episode stuff goes and how they did it, but I seriously I don't know why I just kind of don't like how they did Will in the movies. It's like why did they make him like that? Like okay, you go
I
from
mean, I don't mind it too much.
the problem is that the amount of times I go to like look at Goosebumps fan art and the amount of time I come with Anthro furry bait, it's just like okay, cool.
I mean, you're gonna find that with anything. I mean, like take Luna from Hell of a Boss, for
Yeah,
example.
but she's an adult. Okay, assuming
She's an
she
adult.
is. I don't know.
She's an adult.
No, he ain't. Not in the books. He ain't.
She's an adult.
Well, she, but not Will. Well, in the game, anyways. But we should move on. We need to move on.
We need to move
So
on from this.
this excellent podcast so far. It's all about eggs because Easter. Because haha, funny. But
Yeah,
let's talk about our first thing, which was our Egg Monsters from Mars update. This
the
is
Noggies.
the Noggies, the one true egg monster. I still
Yes.
love that. That apparently this is a weird lore. Okay, but apparently this is something I learned after the update. But apparently in the Goosebumps wiki, there's like a bunch of people, like a bunch of nerds who kind of go there. Some people who watch the channel, run it. But anyways, one guy over there was convinced that the egg monster, like there was only one egg monster from that story, and then someone pointed out, no, there's more, and it's like, no, there's the one. And so they joked, and they're like, ah, yes, the one true egg monster, and then it became a thing. It's like there's only one. There's only one monster because it's so.
No, there's
Like,
like
why would they show one on the car on the picture? If there was multiple. Right. But
Right.
anyways, yeah, this is where the Nagi thing came in. in the
I love the
in
Nuggies.
the lore behind the outside the game, according to Vampire, which is what Susie's pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, not exactly pet, but more like an adopted child.
Adopted baby. Yeah, we got the
Yeah.
little thing and all that stuff, and then we got the joke with the "We love you, Nagi."
I love that joke so much. We love you, not
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah. Anyways, so this was an interesting update significantly because this was the update that came back after the Dead update, which was back in 2021. Sad update. This was like the revival period. Though the downside to that is that the update was extremely short as far as the story goes and as well as content, but at least it gave us a month after Easter. We had it back done in May, so yeah. Not in April, but got delayed to May, but at least it got done.
Right.
So,
Like,
it's an
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, for who? 'Cause
You.
For you.
for me,
Who else? They
okay.
haven't fucking said anything yet.
I thought I heard somebody. I thought Alice. All right, fine. All right. So the interesting thing about this update, though, is the fact that the character they decided to pick and his design, like, it's a funny story hearing about how they designed him as he did, namely his mustache. In the
Yeah.
story, in the story, it is described that Dr. Grey had a salt and pepper mustache. In hindsight, this probably is describing the fact that he had grays in his mustache, so he's kind of, he's a little older, so he's like, you have those gray hairs in your mustache, so I think that's where the salt and pepper thing came from.
Yeah.
But that
It's
came
like
along.
a healthy dose of like black and white all over his facial hair.
Yeah, exactly. Just a nice kind of even, But in
Yeah.
in their wise wisdom, they're like, one white, one black. So you get this weird looking character. So my headcanon is that motherfucker was trying to dye his mustache, but he ended up running out of ink, so he's like, fuck it, I'll just go like this. So one half of his mustache is dyed, the other half is no natural. So got this weird look to him. Then he has this big chin. Like, where did he get this design from is what I wanted to know. I kind of
I feel
pointed
like
out.
he was like he kind of reminds me of like that the backstory of like the Crimson Chin.
Here comes the group.
Oh my god.
Like I think he was like originally like a television host who got bit by a
A
radioactive
reactive
person
dog.
on his
Yeah.
chin
Oh yeah.
and started like growing massively big.
Which is hilarious for me to point that out, like with the TV host thing, because I think I pointed out that he kind of reminded me of the Jimmy Hill, which is like a very obscure thing. Like it's like this. It's just a football announcer type character from person from I think Europe, but the only reason I bring him up is because of the Chris Chan lore.
Oh, here we go.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
we won't talk
Yeah,
about
it's
him.
Chris Chan
No,
time.
no, 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 no. We're not talking about him or them or they. I don't know where they're going with.
Powers.
I don't know what to talk about anymore. Anyways, I digress. Weird looking man. He is an astrologist, so he studies space.
Astronomer. There's a
Whatever.
difference.
Okay, he studies space and
Yeah,
space
he doesn't
related
read the
things.
stars in a crystal ball or some shit.
He
Don't
could,
worry, Grim,
as
you're
far as
ghost.
we know, that might be something he can do.
He could.
That's what astrology is. It's just basically reading the stars and reading zodiacs and you know
I
making up
can tell
shit
the
based on
future.
that. Yeah.
In my magic, what was his voice? The Kermit the Frog one. It's like, in my magic crystal ball, I can see the aliens will come to this town. That's where I'll go. And
What zodiac sign are you? Cancer. Oh, you're gonna stub your toe in the next 5 minutes.
Oh
What? That's
no.
nothing's going to
ridiculous.
Pacific. Ow!
Ah! Oh,
I didn't say where
Mamma
you get it.
Mia, it stings.
Yeah. I swear though, like they ended up making some of the when they were doing this update, they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be a dark timeline," and I'm like, "What are you talking about, dark timeline?" And one of the items that you get is the freezer per se, his so-called freezer that he has. And in the
Yeah,
freezer, there is a skeleton with glasses just sitting in there, implying,
no, it's not curly.
huh?
I was gonna be like, no, it's not curly.
No, which is implying that Dana, which is from the story, is dead. He killed a kid. So it follows the story throughout. Then he gets locked in the freezer, and he's like, "Oh shit!" I killed. By the way, that makes absolutely no sense. How the hell did he rot to the fact that he became a bone? He would have just stayed frozen as a you know what I mean? So okay,
Yeah, he would kind of look like the I forgot that character's name from The Shining.
yeah, the Jack, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
or Johnny, or whatever.
Jack Nicholson is the actor, but I forgot his
Here's
character's
Johnny,
name.
the Here's Johnny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, but what's interesting about that is like I think my headcanon is that basically he's like he wants to scare people to think that, oh, I killed a kid, so he just buys a Hollywood prop skeleton, put glasses on, throw it in there, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like, oh, you better listen to the guy who killed somebody. Ooh.
Hey, Dr. Grey, did you kill a kid? Oh yeah, he's sitting in my freezer right now.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
Yeah,
freezing.
wait, how the hell did he die? Uh,
How did he die?
he froze to
He
death.
froze to death.
Well, how come he's
Hypothermia,
his bones? Ah.
Why is he all just bones? Oh, I got hungry at one point.
Yeah,
Are you a cannibal?
when I
Yeah,
was driving,
possibly.
when I was driving down to HorrorTown, it was a little peckish. So I ate a little bit of him, and one day bled into another, and there he is. He's all bones now.
I just like with a
Mm.
side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, yes.
Did you drink his blood too?
Yeah. And he has
Yeah, I had a little bit.
he has
I baked some of his blood into a cake. I ran out of eggs.
he has PSD when it comes to the egg monsters. By the way.
The blood became the
The
frosting.
Martians. But what was his premise, though, in the story? Is that he wanted to make pheromones to attract them to come to him for a purpose I do not understand. In fact, they don't explain it.
I think I understand. Hmm.
Oh, you could stop this.
I'm gonna pour myself with a little bit of pheromones and have the little guys come right to me.
Oh
Mm.
no! Help! Don't forget
Would
to
you
give
egg
yourself a
monsters like
pop.
some popsicles? I got
Yeah.
some popsicles in my freezer.
You
Mmm.
want a popsicle shaped like your finger? Why do you have a popsicle shaped like your finger? None of your damn business.
Oh my god.
How about you stop asking so many goddamn questions?
Yeah. I felt like the first
What are
episode
you, cop?
it's just like you have whatever dumb messages. Oh my god. Beep. Hi there. I just wanted to see where Chris is at. Beep. Hey, I just known the paper boy. Beep. Where are you? Beep. Oh, you're starting to piss me off. Call me.
I feel like the thumbnail for this video, instead of our regular heads, would just be fucking Herbert's.
Yeah, the thumbs up Herbert.
It's
He'll be
just be like a
laughing
Herbert's
with thumbs up
intro.
in his tuxedo. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be like a great April Fool's joke.
Oh my
Oh, that would
god.
be perfect. They would just do that.
Yeah. Oh, that gives me some inspiration to do.
All right, you gotta do it then. Chop
Yeah,
down.
just gonna change everyone's heads to Herbert.
Oh
Oh
my god.
God, what's wrong with you?
What are you asking what's wrong with him for? We're the ones that gave him the idea.
But yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault.
It's all of
It's
our
my
fault.
No, not
Yeah,
my fault. I
exactly.
didn't do that. I didn't suggest that to him. That was his. He wanted
Grim is
alone.
just trying to shove the blame onto others really fast.
Everyone but me. Everyone's fault but me. I'm the guy who created the stove. I get to be up the blame list. Uh,
This
that's
is
how it
my
How
show, and
works.
I get to say whose fault this is.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there twiddling my
I
fingers
make
like a
no
evil Bond
money.
villain. Like, yes, fight my puppets.
Oh,
Oh
you.
my god.
Fight my children.
Yeah.
Dance, puppets, dance.
Yeah,
Oh.
so then we also get introduced to the whole egg. Like it was weird too when they first introduced this. It was just like in order to get the crafting the items, you have to do the eggs, and the only way to get the eggs is actually through the actual like the actual area. It's weird because with the promenade, what they did was they basically took these big assets and kind of connected them into like puzzle pieces, so like this cool scenery. But realistically, it was just like three big items stacked onto one
Well,
another.
well, the thing with the raw item, like there was um, like the scene and like the supplier all dropped the same item, which is just like the egg.
Yeah, but the problem is at first people were complaining. It's just like, oh, we can't do this. Like, what is this, right? So then they're like, well, why don't we? Well, you have like Dustin, Lucy, and Marty kind of involved. So why don't you just have them go into the thing and get eggs? And so they're like, that's what they did. So it's like, okay, cool. So they kind of learned from this because it was the first time that he had to come in back from, to do something of an update because they weren't used to this whole setup originally. The story is interesting too with the whole aspect, especially like when the kids kind of come in and just like they see the egg monsters per se, and they it's just like, oh, the little guy wants to talk, and then she's like, Lucy starts naming all of them. It's like a parent's like, why are you doing this? Why are you naming them now? It's like this is my
Don't
children
name
now.
them. Don't
These are,
name them. Don't give them emotional attachments. Meanwhile, Susie, I'm gonna name you Nagi.
yeah, you're mine now.
You're
I
mine.
only knew Nagi for like 10 seconds, but if anything happens to him, I'll kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Starts
No,
hugging
instead
this.
of like
Starts hugging this.
everyone's like, I'm gonna turn everyone into I'm gonna give everyone Christmas cheer and then myself.
Just starts
Yeah.
hugging this like squishy Martian, just like
Yeah.
I'm going to cherish him and hold him and feed him.
I pet him and call him
Gonna be
George, and
touching and nothing, squeezing.
I'll hug
Yeah,
him
you
and
want
pet him and pet him and
Nagi?
call him George.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing pictures that you drew of Nagi with the one I remember is just like when you're a monster and you don't care, and it's like the little like him
It
going,
was like
"Yay."
it was when you're a monster but you're still cute.
Yeah, the little head is like yay, like a little. You know what? It's
Yeah.
weird. Weird. I don't know why. With him wearing those glasses, kind of gives me a cousin Ed vibe. I think it's just because of the
I
fact
mean,
he got
yeah,
glasses on, like no mouth,
yeah,
and he
that's true.
talks
That's true.
gibberish. It's like
Yeah.
or that's the voice I gave him.
I still find it weird that small tangent regarding Adam's family. I still find it weird that Snoop Dogg was able to voice Cousin It.
I know, and you don't even know that until like the second movie when all of a sudden he just starts singing. And it's just like, oh yeah, that's how it works. Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was also mentioned in the trailer too that Snoop Dogg was going to voice Cousin It. It's like, whoa, he voices Cousin It. That's crazy.
And it ain't a party until Snoop Dogg comes in. Hey, y'all,
Right.
snibbity diggity.
Oh my
Like I was kind
god.
of expecting like Cousin It to come out of like his car all covered in like weed smoke.
Yeah, and what's funny too, when Snoop Dogg, when Cousin Ick was coming in, they play a Snoop Dogg song because of course they did. Just
Well,
so
yeah,
you know.
within Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, just so you know that that is like again they paid money just to have him. It's funny how Snoop Dogg became a thing where he's a meme now. He's like he gets paid for like it doesn't matter. You can pay him for anything and he'll fucking do it, right? I
Mhm.
still remember the one with there was a moment with Snoop Dogg where he was fucking live streaming and he just left his thing on for like the whole goddamn day. So everyone's just taxing it like this empty room. It's just like, is he aware that it's live? And then he just comes back 8 hours later, and he's just like, oh shit, and just turns off after. It's like, of course.
Damn, that gave me some serious old school Hassan Piker vibes.
Oh, don't, man. But the other thing too is that he was also playing like what was it, Call of Duty or something like that. They're like, oh, look at these celebrities we have playing Call of Duty, and you got Snoop Dogg there. He's smoking, and he's just like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like, doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, I actually think that Snoop Dogg also got his own skin in Call of Duty.
He did, as well as I
Yeah,
believe
I remember that.
Fortnite recently too. And I think
Yeah.
it was also like I think it was NBC, I want to say NBC that had them in the last Olympics that happened because he was there just for some reason. And I remember there was a meme face he made when he was just like surprised, like, ooh, just I don't know. But yeah.
Man, I remember that Snoop Dogg also had some similar or somewhat appearance in Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Oh yeah.
God, I
Wasn't that
love
the
that show
one?
so much.
Yeah, that had what's his face in there. That rest in
Norm
peace.
Macdonald.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I loved Norm Macdonald. He was like the fucking greatest.
Yeah, it's him because he just has his voice. That's it. That's all the character. All the characters is his voice. He plays the
Yeah,
same
he
kind of
voices all the
character.
characters, including Mike Tyson.
He was very talented.
Yeah,
Uh,
he imitated Mike Tyson to a T.
yeah. So it's
Got his nose down and everything.
a sad tangent. I am sad that the Adams game is gone now. But the one
Yeah.
thing I'll miss is the doing the Uncle Fester voice.
Like, we'll be
Every
honest, I
character.
really liked Uncle Fester in the Adams Family movies.
I do too. I loved him. I love the actor who played as him. My favorite scene in the first movie, anyways, was when they go to assimilation, right? Just to check out what the
Yeah.
hell's going on. And
Yeah, and
they're
they
doing
Lucy
this
sings
little
the song.
bit. They're doing this little, like, they're doing this dancing thing. It's just like, what are they doing? I think they're singing. Well, what are we waiting for? And he goes up and he decides to do a little jingle.
Yeah,
I tip my hat to
I
you.
love that.
I do just that. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh, I love
And then
that
he
bit.
flashes everybody and Bats comes out and he's like, what do I
Yeah.
do? What did I do? Yeah. I
Uh,
love and I
Uncle Fester's the
before the
greatest.
game died, I love the fact that they brought that animation back and I'm just like, oh, thank you so much.
Which animation, the head bopping one or the
The head
bats?
bopping while him dancing is like bop bop.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I think my other favorite version of Uncle is the New Adams Family.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, the show, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I know a
that
lot of
has
people.
like the most kick-ass theme song ever.
Yeah, it's certainly the what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Beverly. Yeah. It's a reimagine of the Adams, like modern day. Like again, they did a good job. What's funny too about that is that I think they were kind of basing a little bit off of the thing is the Adams weren't as popular like they back in the 60s. They weren't as popular because the monsters were more of the popular favorite spooky monster family. But it wasn't
Yeah.
until the 90s came out with the movie that blew up, right? And the Uncle Fester was played by Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. He was interesting Uncle Fester. Yeah, still finishing that series up though, But yeah, but definitely. One thing I loved about that particular show with the new Adams family is that one of the episode they had the guy who played as Gomez from the original show come back as Grandpa
Yeah.
Adams, and I'm just like, oh, that is just that is just a lovely love letter. It's like they knew, like the people there knew, right? They must have just had some, you know, they were fans of the original, so it's like it's nice to see that.
Yeah, I really like that show a lot. It's the
Yeah.
greatest.
Stuff we grew up with.
I remember
Anyways,
watching that shit on YTV as a kid.
yeah, for those who don't know, YTV is basically Nickelodeon in Canada.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
somewhat the closest thing. Yeah. Anyways, so we were supposed to talk about Goosebumps stuff, right? Got a little
I really
tangent
love
there.
Goosebumps
the
podcast.
design of it. Okay, so I really like when I first saw the Match Island version of like what the egg monster would look like. I fucking fell in love with it.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too when they decided to design the person who did the icon for that was the one who did and I think it was because that game ended up kind of dying out. Like it's funny when that game died, it's like, well, I guess we gotta go back to Goosebumps then. Our plan failed with that one. Again, that was an interesting series because no one really wanted to play that game just because, again, it wasn't original IP and it wasn't popular or had an IP attached to it. But I loved it though, just because of the story attached to it and just the stupid voice I gave to Pixie was just one of the other things I loved about it. In my head canon with the stupid bird, it's just like I love it too. They call him Pixie, and it's just like, oh, good. But why? Because your name's Pixel. Oh, funny.
I would have thought that Pixie was maybe like the mascot of like Pixel.
He
That's
kind of
kind of
is.
yeah.
The lead director at the company now actually used to be the game designer for that game. So his avatar is that of Pixie in his Playboy outfit. Is not like a Playboy bunny, but like the guy who's the what his name is? The guy who wears the coat.
Steve Hefner, I think.
Yeah, yeah. He has a Steve Hepner outfit going on there, blowing bubbles in his pipe. I love that too, by the way. Like when they have the smoking, they're like, "Oh no, it can't be real smoke. Gotta be bubbles." It's like, who the fuck? Who the fuck, like literally, who the fuck brings a smoking pipe and was like, yes, me blow me bubbles? It's just like it's such the immature thing of doing smoking as I ever seen. Goosebumps hardcore. They're like, nah, guy smoking right then and there. Who cares? Doctor
Yeah,
smokes. Doctor smokes. It's just like,
yeah.
it's so
No kidding, because
contradicting. It's like I get it. This is like, oh man, I had a hard day. I have a break. But it's like you're a doctor. You should know that's bad for you. But love the ironic contradicting thing going on there.
not only that, but they also have Theo Gordon drinking from a little flask.
Oh yeah, they I love what they called it, the sorrow chokers. That's their
Yeah.
censorship name. That is the most appropriate name for a beer I ever heard. Sorrow chokers.
Not and do we really need to bring up the fact that Crombie owns his own pub?
Oh yeah. But he could just serve root beer for all we know.
I mean, he's Irish, so of course he has to,
Well, I mean,
be
he's technically a troll, but
I know that, but
he likes to
still,
pretend to be a
everything he
leprechaun.
does is an Irish aesthetic.
Yeah, he pretends to be a leprechaun because for reasons.
I
It's
think
more
he,
fun too.
yeah, I think that was actually the reason why he wanted to adopt the whole leprechaun persona was because he thinks it's funny.
Yeah, it's because it's like, oh, but we and trolls are basically the same. We like our riddles, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sakes! It's like, let me tell you a riddle. Like, here's a riddle for you. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I would feel like Alistair would really like Cronby because the thing about Cronby is that he's a cave troll that looks like a leprechaun, and he actually owns like a pot of gold, and you can actually win his gold if you answer 3 of his riddles. But if you get any of them wrong, he would eat you.
He
Oh
Answer
bores
my
no.
you.
riddles 3, gold you will have. Get any one of them wrong.
My
Well,
pot of gold you can keep if you can answer me these riddles 3.
Yeah,
every
it's
single
a
one
chubby
wrong,
little chirrup.
you'll be joining me for dinner.
Come now, my chubby little chirrup. And at the end, he actually does win the gold, right? But he's just like, you know what, you did so well. How about this? Double or nothing. I'll give you 6 pieces. Like, yeah, you might be rich, but like, you're not rich yet. How about I double, like, sweeten the deal? Double or nothing.
Oh no.
And the
Like,
riddle he had for him, it's the best one. When you know what I am, I'm something. But when you don't, wait, no. When you don't know what I am, I'm something. When you know what I am, I'm nothing. What am I?
oh,
A secret?
Sorry?
No, that's the riddle.
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, that's true. It's a secret.
Yeah. And to be fair, he was kind of being nice to the kid. He kind of hinted at what it was. And he's just like, "You're a thief." It's like, wrong answer. It doesn't mean that you know that I'm a thief. That doesn't mean I'm a thief. It's like, well, what's the answer then? When you know I'm a riddle, then I'm nothing. But then I'm not a riddle. But you don't know what I am or a riddle, then I am a riddle. The answer is I'm a riddle. So because you lost, I get the for you now. Yum yum. But I think the reason why they did that, by the way, because originally in the story, he was actually just a cave troll. And in the movie, the 2015, they kind of designed him as a cave troll, but like wearing lederhosen for some reason, looking like someone that belongs in Germany of all things. But I think
Yeah.
the reason he became a leprechaun in this case is due to the fuck up on the game, the Goosebumps, the game point and click by Way Forward.
Yeah.
Because in that
Yeah.
one, he was a leprechaun. And it was like, why?
Oh.
Did
I
they
guess
just
Pixel was
forget?
like, you know what? Let's keep going on this trend. We're gonna make him into a fusion of the two. He'll be a
Yes.
troll
Cron-
con
Cronby
or a
versus
liver troll.
Crosby. Yeah, and I love how you had to correct me. It's like, it's Cronby. It's like, nah, he's a Crosby to me. He's Crosby to me.
Like the worst case scenario is I imagine like Cronby looking something similar to like Bill Cosby.
Oh my god.
My God.
He'll be he'll be like Bill Cronsby.
He goes to court. This is everybody. It's like, okay, cool.
Somebody touch my pudding.
Yeah, yeah.
Zappa zappa zoola.
But
Ghost dad.
yeah, I think he accidentally drank his own potion there. Mm.
Oh dear.
He also like what's interesting about Cronby too is the fact that he had the ability to do mind control, right? An original story. If you
Oh
lose, he
yeah.
basically mind controls you. The Vor thing didn't come into play until the game. That's why he does kind of incorporated it. But it's like, oh, he's a cave troll. It would work. Yeah, I'm sure they'll eat people.
Yeah, I'm sure cave trolls eat people. It's totally fine.
That's why I love HorrorTown because it brings all the elements of the Goosebumps stuff, especially the fuck ups in there in some way, shape, or form, for better or for worse, as we've mentioned from the last episode with that one. That one thing.
Hello. Hey, Jillian. How's them Muslims doing? Mm.
I'm just gonna milk this so much. Yeah, we're all out of topic. Like the egg monster thing was so captivating that we talked about everything but that. There's
Well,
not really a
there's
whole.
still more about the design of the egg monsters I still wanted to do.
Yeah,
Like,
like the guy
there was
who.
like 3 different versions of the design for the egg monsters. There was the Match Island one, which is my top favorite, and if Jackson and Alistair saw it, they would agree it like tenfold.
Yeah,
Then there's the Spawn design, which is probably like the worst one.
yeah,
And then there's the fucking crafting item version, which means yes, you can craft like the eggs and shit to make an egg monster. Like you can craft this thing.
and
Oh.
then you could take that egg monster and craft an egg blanket
Yeah, and you can make a blanket out of them.
because it's based on the book.
Yeah, when Dana was like freezing
No,
to
not
death
again.
in the freezer, they all became like this big blanket and kept him warm, but secretly impregnated
Yeah,
No.
What?
you ruined it now. I must kill you.
him. Yeah,
You ruined them.
yeah,
Now I must kill you.
yeah,
No,
because
but
the egg monsters decided to be like generous and nice to Dana, and keep him warm and
You're
stuff.
not an
Apparently,
asshole.
that's Dana's.
It's like, you're not an asshole, kid. Let's just save you. And he's like, no, you ruined them. It's like the crying. It's like the crying Jack emote. It's just like, no, you ruined them. You
Why did
ruined
you
them.
ruin them? You ruined everything I worked hard to make.
And then
It's
Dana
like,
with the
geez, man,
chat face, he's like, yeah, so what? I was gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, but I was freezing to death. That doesn't matter.
You ruined it. Now I must kill
Yeah,
you.
you
And
know
then
what's
the egg
really
monster blanket came after him.
you know what's really funny about Kermit?
Uh,
What's that?
Kermit,
Kermit was
the frog.
Kermit was the name Kermit was also used for a kid in the Monster Blood series,
Oh
which
God.
was
Yeah, the
Evan's
third one and
cousin,
the
I
fourth
think.
one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The,
it was.
only the third one. The fourth one doesn't exist.
Yeah, we forgot. We erased the fourth one out of existence.
It has nothing to do with monster blood. It's just this weird blue slug-like things.
Yeah, it calls itself Monster Blood, but
In
It's
reality,
lying. It's not.
It's not.
But yeah, we're like, who the hell names their kid Kermit nowadays? It's like what? It's like sometimes signs naming conventions is just like okay, like the last story we talked, like the last game which was talking about with Claus, they named him Mickey Co. It's just like why name him Mickey? It's like immediately people think Mickey Mouse, and sure enough, even the teens decide to think that. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Musk can name his kid after a freaking algebraic formula, so
yeah.
who says they can't name their kid Kermit?
I mean, unless they hate the
yeah,
kid.
at least you
Like,
can fucking pronounce it.
and he's the worst part about that kid is that he doesn't like he's such a he was like a nerd. He's like oh god, he's such an annoying little
Yeah, he's
kid.
a science nerd.
Me. It's like a Kyle's
Yeah,
cousin.
yeah. Kyle's cousin Kyle. I'm big.
Yeah, that's what Kermit reminds me of. It's just like oh fuck off.
Oh, he's back. Why?
Yeah.
Hey, cousin Kyle, please hold on to my big stupid glasses.
Oh my god. It's like Cartman, I need to talk to you real quick. I need you not to make fun of him. I'll pay you $50. Why? Just please don't.
But
Anyways, this is my cousin
he takes
Kyle.
one look at like cousin Kyle, and he's like, "Oh God, that's gonna be hard."
Yeah, and he's at the
All
end.
right.
Maybe you should send him to a concentration camp. It's like, wait,
then, like,
Kyle, did you just try to to whatever? Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. No, I mean, I would have made him like I would have narrowed it down to a little bit more. It's like, oh my god, you're making it so hard to you, dude. It's like it's Jew it down. I would say Jew it down a bit.
Right.
God, dude. Yeah,
But yeah, that's all I have.
yeah. So it's not a whole lot, anyways. I know you guys are just kind of here to listen on. I don't, unless you want to add anything to this.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, I'll take. All right, I
Well,
think that's
here's a
about it.
question. Here's a question.
Mm.
What are both of your opinions on Nagi?
Very adorable blobby boy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on
Yeah, like-
Susie?
On what?
Any thoughts on this?
Susie.
Well, this is a Nagi episode.
This is
I
a
mean-
Nagi episode. We haven't reached Christmas yet.
No, but you've seen his
Susie's gonna
work
have to
before. I'm sure you've seen his work before. I love how like
Oh, Susie is adorable.
Yes.
I would give hug
Give all the hugs.
if I was not afraid of Andy kicking my ass.
nah. I don't know why. I'm just reminded. Like you pointed out, Alistair, that there was a meme going on right now, which is the Bob from the Monsters versus Aliens, which is just him his tragic story with him as a baby. It's just like
no.
I'm so sorry. It's like don't worry, little Goosebump fan. Uncle Vampire got you much Susie slap to last you an entire lifetime. Hey, Vampire, give the boy some more Susie.
No. No.
Yeah, I
All
know.
out of Susie. Got you Slappy instead. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Got you more slappy to last you entire lifetime.
Don't
I
worry,
love.
no.
I know how stupid that is,
I'm
but
just- no, it's funny now that we mention this. I'm just now imagining Curly doing this to Slappy
yeah.
as like a form of revenge for him being the mascot. Don't worry, Slappy. R.L. Stein's got a lot more Goosebumps slop to last you your entire lifetime.
Hey, Stan, get the boy some more. He's hungry. Yeah. Yeah, I love how there's memes come out of nowhere from that stuff, even some old media, right? But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, so there's not a whole lot when it comes to the it was a short story, by the way. Like as far as the things go, it's just like, yeah, kids end up stopping him. That was about it. I love how they even have to break the fourth wall while telling the story. Like when they started it, they were like, "Oh, well, they're back to normal." It's like, "Oh, please don't tell me they're back to normal." It's like, "Yeah, well, the chemicals had to come out of them sometime." Well, anyways, everything's back to normal now, so let's continue with the story. And then at the end, it's just like, "Wait, that's it? I that's it? That's all the story?" It's like, "What the hell?
Yeah, I like that little reference.
That's it?"
Yeah, like I even shared in Slappy's annoyance of how short it was. Damn it! I want more egg monster.
Yeah.
I want more Nagi.
But that's partially because of the whole they were testing thing, so it was something. I do like the end prize though, being a replica of the cover art.
Yeah, I
That
like
was
that too.
cool. I love when they do that when the final prize was the cover art stuff. It's just like that's cool.
I
That's
know that
cool.
in my AU, I was planning on instead of like having that as just like a regular statue in my AU, I was thinking of like having it as like the Martian Queen,
Oh yeah, yeah, I could see that. Well, it would be
and she would
like,
just and similar to like King Jelly Jam, she would like
oh god,
excrete a lot of these eggs from like different areas of her body and just like hatch more little egg monsters.
he'll wash me with a rag on a stick. I'm still gonna remember that. Anyways,
And they would just like crawl all over town.
it's like he just pops out. It's like, okay, cool. That's about it. Yeah. I mean, he's a weird like that guy was a weirdo, the character got added, which is great. I think that's
Dr.
it.
Grey.
Yeah. I think that's about it right now. Is there anything
That's all
else?
for egg monsters from Mars. Yay!
I love that too. When you leave, I have to make him go like, "Oh, I will leave forever." Yeah, just imagine him just flaring his arms on Kermit.
I must away. Yay! Must
That's an
go
image to see to him looking
away.
like Kermit the Frog. That literally a puppet hand is just like someone just like, "Hi, my name is Dr. Gray. Yes. It's not easy
Oh,
being
I'm
green.
Dr. Grey.
Do you think
My name
oh yeah, I love that when the voice again was just like, are you sure, child, that there is no aliens here?" I love someone made a meme about that too, where it's just like meanwhile the aliens living in Horror Town, it gives that shifty monkey eye thing, like the monkey just like
Yeah.
they don't know. He doesn't know that there are aliens already down there. Got what were
Yeah.
the aliens? Jack, we got I
The
guess not
creeps.
technically Ricky because he got turned into a monk, but um
Well, the
Fleshman
rest of
for
the creeps
sure.
are still aliens.
Yeah, Fleshman, the grandma.
The
I
body
hate how
squeezers.
yeah, I hate how I call her grandma because that's not her name, but it's like that's just what we
I call
call
her Tack, but
her. Yeah, Tech.
We call her Mima over here.
I call her blah blah. I call her Gambler.
Gambler.
Yeah, I still love that name that he gave him. Just like the time the gig, I remember making claws. It's so stupid, but yeah. Anyways, I think that's about
And
it.
then the latest addition was Bim.
Yeah, Bim. Yeah, Bim. That was our version though, right?
Well, it's still an alien in Horror Town, even if
Who will
it's
be
not
voiced by
official.
who will be voiced by the guy who voiced Vader Zim because he can do the Billy voice and the Billy's dad voice.
Yes, the
Free
guy who currently plays the
Moxie. Yeah. Yeah,
He
that's
also
interesting.
played that alien character from Destroy All Humans.
And he also played as Chaos. Good look, Chaos from Skylanders. Yeah, he voiced a lot of characters. Like he basically is just the Raz too from God, what's his name? Psychonauts. That's it. Yeah, Raz. I love it in the second game that they actually had him and the guy who voiced as Gur in there. It's just like a little nod. It's just like, yeah, cute.
um, I also remember this one animatic of like when Invader Zim meets Yakko Warner.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, we're in hell. Zim is in hell right now. Yes, you're in hell.
Billy's
Where
gonna be
are the brother Warners?
yeah. That Billy's gonna be controlling this now. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for egg monsters.
Yeah.
It was like 25% egg monsters and then like 75% everything else.
Whatever slop we give you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, fans. We got more slop here that lasts your entire lifetime. Everything but Horror Town. We got everything but Horror Town for you. Don't worry.
Everything but the thing that the podcast is for.
Exactly. It's very ironic in that case.
And so far, the podcast has been 50% Slappy being Herbert and everything else being the other
And
50%.
whose fault is that?
Well, don't look at me. Okay, you can look at me. I like being looked at.
Okay, we should
No,
probably
wait,
we should probably do
wait.
the quick break thing before we move on. All right, let's do that then. All right, this is take two. We had first time of our recording that we ever did the take two because
Yeah, I actually brought it up to Jackson Alistair.
yeah, Mima, McGrimma's been
Grandma.
calling. Gotta take
I
Grandma
can
calling.
imagine Grandma. I can
Yeah,
imagine Grandma just looking like one of those happy scarecrows you would see in like people's porches on Halloween.
yeah, very much. That's how she looks, my grandma. Yeah, I had to take care of her. So, I mean, not take, she was calling, so I gotta say hello. So, anyways, anywho, let's go ahead and talk about the main topic of discussion, which I will be honest for the public of viewers who are watching this. I've been a bad boy. I've been a bad scarecrow because, unfortunately, we're gonna have a bit of a Wicked Whack Museum situation. For those who are in the know, know what that means. But
Yeah, it's wicked whack, all right.
oh no, yeah. So instead we're gonna do like a Bill O'Reilly and do it live. Fuck it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
We're gonna do it live. Fuck it. This
Fucking
shit
thing
sucks.
sucks.
But anyways, I did do quickly something, so hopefully this works out well, and then we go for context there. I did kind of fill in a little bit so they have an idea what's going on, but for context, for those who have been listening in, the last hint we left off was I played a song. It was a theme song to a certain show, which I'm sure you all know what it is now, but for context, it's dinosaurs from Jim Henson's Dinosaurs, which is classic, by the way, but yeah, not the mama.
Yeah.
Bang.
Not the mama.
Not the mama. Bing. Still love it. I still have those episodes, all those seasons, by the way. It's great, but I digress. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, I actually remember there's like this one Robot Chicken sketch of like the people reanimating dinosaurs, and it was like the son character from Dinosaurs. And he's like, "Oh, rock, cool." They kill him, and then they're like, "We will never speak of this again."
Yeah. uh, anyways, with the context aside, like, yeah, it's gonna be dinosaur related, but you might be wondering, what kind of dinosaur book is Grim gonna put out, right? And I think some of you are probably thinking, oh, it's that one weird museum one with the skeleton dinosaur picture on there, right? Wrong.
Into the jaws of doom.
That's it, yeah. Wrong. That is not exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing something else and completely different because it is Egg Day. What other egg-related things we got going on? My friends call me monsters. Who? That's our book we're going to discuss. How the hell does that have to do with dinosaurs, though? I'll explain myself in a moment, but yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the context we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, you don't seem so enthusiastic about that.
Right.
Yeah, God. Anywho. Yay. Alright, so let's see if we can do this I don't know how long this is gonna be, but let's go ahead and try our best here. So, we already talked about the book. The character being introduced is, I believe, Mrs. Hardesty? Or Hardesty, is that her name?
Yeah, that's the name you gave me.
Alright, Grim knows English good. Me feel English, that's improbable.
Impossible.
Yeah. Her, her house is basically just Hardesty house. I imagine because she talked about how she's superstitious, so it's like I could imagine that her house being like a normal house, but just filled with a bunch of good luck charms all over the place. Like I'd see a horseshoe and I don't know. I'm sure they could think of something interesting there.
I feel like she would get that shit from Cronby.
Probably. That's her him as best friends.
Like,
Give me
you have the good luck charms.
give me your lucky charms. Answer me riddle 3 and maybe you will get to break the
To
D.
get me lucky charms, you must answer me riddle 3.
Give me tomorrow. It's okay. I'm
How
sorry.
about I eat you instead?
We're doing the Mrs. Foster's voice already. Foul voice. Jimmy!
It's like, to get me lucky charms, you answer me riddles 3. How about I eat you instead? Here's me lucky charms.
Okay, here's my lucky charms. Please don't hurt me. Yeah. You think you're scary. Anyways, the event currency is going to be claws, and specifically, it's the raptor claws. You know the ones. When you think raptors, they have those little dinky, the big boy claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those those are the event currency. That's the make the funny number go up point.
It's
The
raptor claw from
logos.
Jurassic
The rap.
Park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a funny looking claw. You know the claw. The claw. The claw. No,
I like how we all
imagine
just went in fucking unison on that one. That's great.
it's a classic. I imagine now it's just like it's the claw.
Ah.
You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. It could be the claw from the birthday from No Return, the whistling claw. Because Stein
Oh
couldn't think
boy.
of the whole thing. But yeah, that's future talk. Anyways, raw item. I had no idea. I said rainbow feathers. I imagine it as being like interesting looking feather type things. Like I don't know, dinosaur feathers, but I just say rainbow feathers to be more exotic. But
Ooh.
You
yeah,
already caught Jax's attention.
yeah. Well, interesting. Oh, I'm interested.
Ooh, rainbows. Nice. I
Yeah.
like rainbows.
Pretty rainbow.
I went. What was? Hmm. Anyways, the crafting of items is coming from a scene called the Breakfast to Go, and I imagine as being a food truck, but kind of themed around breakfast. So like almost like a serial killer, like hard to say.
Serial killer.
Well, it's a joke. It's like it's so serial, but it's called serial killer. So serial
I'm
stuff like
super duper serial.
I'm stupid serial guys.
Actually,
Guys, I'm super serial.
Yeah,
Man Bear Pig is out there.
yeah, I love that. My God. Yeah, so yeah, it's this breakfast to go is what it's called. It's a food truck, right? Shape. That's where I'm going with. The items are kind of split up into two categories. The first is called the breakfast, which is, first is green eggs and spam. Can't
Oh
do
my
the other.
god.
Yeah, so I get to the mat. Yeah, it's exactly as it sounds. That's green eggs and a can of spam on the side, and it's exactly what it sounds. As far as what is being crafted with that, no idea. I haven't thought that through. You can just use your imagination, put whatever you want in there.
All right.
Then we got green eggnog, because of course we need to have it with the egg theme. We're gonna make you
Oh
sick
no,
of
Noggy.
eggs. Yes, we're gonna make you. What's the word for not lactose intolerant, but like what do you get? Like what's intolerant for eggs? Trying to think.
I don't think there is one. I think it's just called like an egg allergy, but I can quickly look it up.
I'll make you get an egg allergy out of this. Then how about that? Because green eggnog. And then you got the Eggcellent meal, which is basically just add them two together, and there you go. That's my breakfast. There you go. All done. Just gonna zip zoom this. Oh god, this is horrible. This is horrible.
What
Anaphylaxis.
have I done?
What have I
Right.
done? Oh no.
I looked it up, and egg allergies can cause a severe reaction called anaphylaxis.
Nice. So I'll give you anaphylaxis with this whole egg themed thing. So the second half, I don't have, God, I forgot the name of this thing, but it's basically just research stuff. So we got Alien Encyclopedia, which is as it's described. It's like imagine just UFO, ooh, alien. Put BIM on there. BIM Alien 101. Like how to dummies, but with BIM.
How to BIM.
How to BIM. The book made it was made by it was made by Dr. Grey. This has his ugly mug on there. Yeah, Aliens 101. How
I'm
to
gonna teach
identify
you
an
all
egg
about
monster.
aliens.
How to identify a Martian.
Oh, now it's starting to sound a little bit like
Marvin the Martian. Where is the kaboom?
I'm gonna teach you all about aliens.
Isn't
Isn't
that
that lovely?
lovely? Yeah, it's lovely, Martian. Marvin, yeah. Oh, goody. I should have done that as his voice, but I guess in hindsight, my Kermit is a
Missed
Marvin.
opportunity.
I guess that's my voice now. I say it's Kermit, but it sounds more like a Marvin.
Oh, goody!
Oh,
You
goody.
picked up my book on aliens.
Now you'll learn all about the alien life form. Isn't that lovely?
Especially this weird creature called a human.
What are the humans? Yeah. So the second one, there's a proper term for this, but I just call them bone tools. There's those little pickaxe things that you got, like the chippers. You know what I mean? Like the type of It's like an equipment set for
Almost
exhibitions.
paleontologist tools.
Yeah,
You mean like a chisel?
yeah, something like that. Chisel and the brush, like a little kit for that. Does that work? Okay, I'm gonna assume that's you. Okay, great. Then you take all that and you add and make an extraterrestrial skeleton, which I guess it's just a bone version of whatever these creatures are going to be, which I will explain what they are in a moment. But yeah, I guess like a dinosaur, like skeleton bones. It could be a pile or some. I don't know. I'll leave the creativity to you. I'm making your life so hard, aren't I?
That's so good.
Yeah, just do whatever you want. Good, great. Thanks, Grim.
Let your imagination soar.
Get that
Gee,
sad
thank
cat.
you.
Got the sad cat
I mean,
meme with the thumbs up. It's like, thanks, Grim.
You're swell for that.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Grim. Thanks for using my creativity. I can't do it.
you make his life you make the life hard, but boy howdy is he gonna be paid a lot of money.
Oh, yeah,
You're a
my wallet's gonna
pal.
be very sad, but you're gonna be very
Yeah,
happy.
the wallet's doing the same emote, like, thanks, Griff.
Yeah, thanks, Grim. Or doing that face you made originally, which was him like doing the chopper crying thing.
Yeah.
Best scene. Yeah,
No, Griff, I can't handle
that's
it
gonna be
anymore.
that's gonna be an emote. I swear to God, whenever I get emotes, that's gonna be one of them. Sad wallet.
Sad
Anyways,
wallet, yeah.
yeah. So scene drop. Well, should I talk about the scene or just the drop that's coming out of this?
Let's do the drop.
Okay, so the scene drop the thing that's gonna drop is called Special Egg Cartridge, which is basically just a cartridge of the eggs in question, which are like
Don't you mean
great.
a carton?
The correction, yeah. Me no words. Me no words, Greg.
Carton. Eggs come in a carton.
Yes,
Carton.
No, I'm imagining.
Carton.
It's a cartridge of eggs.
God damn it, Graham. Carton. Think cartoon, but with one less
I
O.
want to play the special egg cartridges.
I feel
God
you.
damn it.
Whoa, click.
I understand your pain.
Never a dull moment here. God.
Never.
I know there was a proper word for it, but my brain was like, nah, cartridge. uh, Final crafting. So you just take the special egg cartridge. My God, I did it again.
Carton.
Carton. The egg carton, the extra steric, the excellent meal, and the extraterrestrial skeleton, and you make the geek formula. And you might be
Okay.
wondering what the geek formula. Like, what do you mean geek? Well, okay. So to explain this, so in the story, it's supposed to be about aliens. Yes, aliens again. Because
More
of course, why not?
aliens.
Aliens
Because when I
again.
think of Easter, I
I
think
think
of outer
aliens.
space.
Yes, because the
Easter.
aliens lay eggs, so eggs equal Easter or spring. But
Fertility.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how they laid their eggs. Anyways, so with this, the story is kind of describing like Stein doesn't have a consistency when it comes to unity, when it comes to like formality, when it comes to let me do a scary story. He doesn't say, I already did this before. Oh well, screw it. So we already have aliens with reptilian-like features, and I'm talking about the creeps, right? So we already got the creeps in there. So why not just make a subspecies of the creeps? So it's not just creeps, there's other creeps like things. So in this case, it's geeks. And geeks are supposed to be these creatures that are like creeps, but more bird-like. Like they're more reptilian-like. And
And
they're
dirty.
if creeps are basically like the cool kids, the jocks or something like that, geeks are basically the nerds. They're the actually
As the
characters.
name implies.
Actually. Literally, that's why
Kitty.
I went with it. Because it's like the irony behind it. It's like, of course.
Actually, it's carton, not cartridge.
You stupid moron. You star brain.
You plebe.
You star brain. Star brain. Strawberry. Uh, oh, God. Me, no words. All right. So, got all that stuff. Any questions on that, or are we all good?
Oh, good.
I think we're
Good,
good
we'll
with
move on. Supplier.
aliens.
So this is the item you get a bunch of that they love to give you bunches of, a lot of, and I decided to go with dinosaur nest or dino nest. It's for short. So I can imagine there's a dinosaur nest with an egg. There you go. You can get multiples of them. Why do there dinosaur egg nests? Don't ask questions you're not ready to know the answers to. Just accept that
Stop
they're
asking
here now.
questions. Just consume
Got
product
it, and
and
get
then be
excited
excited
for
for
the
the
next
next
project.
product.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. They dropped the rainbow feathers. So, and then the promenade supplier is the excavation site, which is just as it implies, just like a little area with the bones and whatnot. Like you can even go as far as to do like make it look like a little hill with the skeleton bones or whatnot there. So
Them bone,
the
them dino
bones,
bone, them
the
bone,
bone
them bone,
zone.
them
Yeah.
dino bones.
Uh oh. There's bones connected to my wristwatch. Uh-oh.
The wristwatch is now connected to my pocket.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
to stuff that in my Dr. Necro, yeah, remember me? Hi, this is my friend, Mr. Big Greg, with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg. I'm random like that. Anyways, scene is called a changing pod. Imagine the best way to describe it. You know the movie The Fly?
Yeah.
No pod, that's that. That kind of pod. It's
Oh, we're
just
getting Cronenberg up in here, huh?
no, no, I figure I'm thinking this on the fly, right? So it's like that's what I'm going with.
I see what you did there. The fly.
I didn't realize, but I did a
You said the
funny.
thing.
I did a punny. Curly would be very proud.
And
My
Slappy would
boy's
just want to
growing up
strangle
so
you.
fast. Uh, so of course, I have no idea what the scene item would be for like when you get it permanently for a grand if you bought all 3 packs. But what I would imagine is that they would just see changing pod final prize because that's is what they've been doing as of late. No creativity whatsoever.
Unlike us.
Yeah, we do too much work for free. They need to pay us money.
Well, I mean, technically I get paid, but
Yeah, you get paid. I get paid nothing. I don't even make money off of the podcast. I put it on for free out of the labor of love. Oh well, that's why I may have a job and make my money that way. Anyways, so we got the when you get the grand prize, you get the summon Hardenstein as her monster form, which I guess is not really too different from how she looks, which is funny because you made her like exactly as I described her is basically like Mrs. Frizzle meets the
Mrs.
teacher
Fowl.
from Mrs. Fowl. Oh God. What's funny about that too, what I'm reminded with the Magic School Bus is that I'm reminded of that one scene. There's a meme of somebody like doing this where he's watching the episode of when they go to space and they go to each planet, and then Arnold, I think that's his name, right? Is it Arnold or Arthur? Is it Arthur? Arnold, right?
Takes off his helmet.
Yeah, yeah. He says, "Fuck it all, I'm done with this shit." It's like, and his cousin's like, "No," and he does it. Oh my God, he's dead. Mrs. Frizzle, you're a bad teacher. You're going to jail for this. And of course, it's a kid's programming, so he just gets a cold. He doesn't die. He just gets his head frozen in ice.
Which is kind of
Nice.
weird that, because I would assume that like that was probably like the darkest episode in my opinion. Like if it wasn't for the fact that, it ended with just having a cold, he probably would have actually been dead.
I know, but then again, this is a universe where a magic school bus can just transform into anything and go to any part in time and just there we go. That's our lesson for today.
And
Go to the
it's
Yeah,
human
but
body,
no one
sure.
questions him.
Arnold, yeah, sure, Arnold. You don't have to go to the field trip today. You're just gonna invade your body without you knowing.
yeah, I remember that shit.
Oh my god.
I know that Earl was like not a big fan of the field trips because he always knows that like something
Shit,
will go awry.
something bad's gonna go happen. Shit's gonna go down. I don't trust Mrs.
Yeah.
Frizzle. She's a creep. She's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you get her as the final grand prize. But other than that, in the promenade scene, you can summon um, the geek boy, I would say, right? Which well, I was gonna say geek girl too, but I don't know, like they're geeks, so creative with that. I guess it's just different types of nerds, nerd dinosaurs, because
Dino nerds.
dino nerds. There you go, the dino nerds.
Yeah.
They get picked on by the creeps.
They get shoved into like space
Just jump in
lockers.
space lockers, get wedgies. Yeah.
They get noogies and wet willies
And
Aw.
this is why, and this is going to be
and
interesting.
twirlies.
This is going to be interesting because we're going to have another character be associated with this scene as well. And this is because in this story, it's going to be a Ricky and Brooke centric story. And unfortunately, poor Brooke is going to be turned into a geek.
And wouldn't they be surprised when they find out that Ricky is a nerd?
Oh yeah, and he ironically gets turned into a creep because
That would make
somebody
Hardesty's
decided
brain
to
explode.
spike the punch.
That would make like Hardesty's head explode. Like, wait, you're a creep, but you're a nerd.
Yeah,
Just like her head explodes.
yeah. There's something related to that, but anyways, I guess time for story time, right? It's story time, children.
It's story time with Grim. Come,
Yes.
gather round, little childrens.
Come. Oh my God,
Let me
no.
tell you all a story.
At least it's not Herbert.
Let homie D Clown tell you a little story.
All right, all right, children, come closer. Let
All right,
me tell you
children,
the story.
come around a little closer. I got a story to tell you now.
I swear to God, at the end of this video, that joke is gonna be dead. You're just gonna see the Herbert Slappy dead like Family Guy pose on the fucking floor. There, we killed it. It lived for one episode and is dead now, never coming back.
It's dead.
That's until the thumbnail comes out.
Then that's
Oh, yeah.
God,
Oh, dear.
God damn. Yeah, you and your Herbert, Jesus Christ.
Like, I'll
Anyways,
be honest, he's like my second favorite character of all Family Guy. Mainly
yeah,
because
I can see
of
that.
his voice.
Yeah, the whistling. That what gets me. It's like he's talking and I can't do it, but he's like talks and he's like whistling at what he's doing. It's just like God damn.
Oh, it's really not that hard to do, actually. I do it sometimes in my sleep. I
Yeah,
go.
yeah. All right. Well, we go from one funny voice to another to get to introduce to Curly. It's like I swear to God, we have to do the Waluigi every time we come with Curly.
Curly wham.
Every time
Walk
he
Curly.
starts.
We need to do Walk Curly and give him a silly mustache.
I look good with a mustache.
I look snazzy.
Sophisticated. What kind of mustache would he have, though? Would he have like the pencil mustache, the curly mustache, or like the walrus we got going on? Like, what kind of mustache would he be rocking there?
I don't know. I feel like a crazed version of like a handlebar.
Oh God, he would do that, wouldn't he? Like he would, like ironically, I would actually see him do the Markiplier mustache, the bros, whatever the thing, what he calls it. Because he has pink hair, so it's like it would make sense. He just takes the purple mustache, put it on his face, and it's just like,
Oh my god.
"Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier,
My name is Curliplier.
and welcome to Goosebumps HorrorTown."
And he has like a
Bye-bye.
little glass of milk.
It wouldn't last a day. He canceled. He gets unsubscribed. How do I get negative? How do I get negative people? He owes YouTube more people to come into subscription. He
Why don't you come and subscribe to my YouTube channel? I got to milk.
Why do I get negative subscribers and then Herbert Curly to Herbert?
Hey, fellas, today we're going to be playing some Family Guy. The quest for.
You just realized what I just said, right?
I don't. I think I might have skimmed what happened.
I was about to say Herbert Slappy, but I went to say Herbert Curly.
Oh, hey, fellas, it's me, Herbert, but now I'm a skeleton. Yay! I'm dead, kinda.
Oh, I'm spooky. God, this is a horrible episode. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
I'm still doing that thumbnail idea. Just have like Herberts all over the place and switch our heads with
Thumbs up.
Herberts.
Herbert thumbs up. Herbert in the corner. Herbert looking
No,
down.
like the computer screen
The
on the
sun
computer
turns.
screen on the thumbnail will have like a Herbert thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then for like on the side we'll have like Herbert as like a mosquito, like picking up a kid, go buzz buzz buzz. But instead of like a kid, it's like an egg monster.
Yeah. You're gonna have a field
And
day
then our
with this
heads would just be
episode.
Herberts.
You're gonna have a field day with this episode. I swear to God.
Oh, this is gonna be my second favorite episode. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, all because of your joke.
All
The
because of
joke that you
Herbert.
forgot. All the
God.
joke you forgot to put in the last episode. All right. Anyways, so Curly's does his introduction thing. I don't know the full extent, but the gist of it is he's going to be like, Brooke and Ricky, the school newspaper, the only newspaper trusted in Horrortown, by the way.
Yeah,
They
right.
they
It's like
they
supposed to
go
be
and do
only
their
cool
usual
newspaper.
story that a supposed teacher or a substitute teacher, or I don't know, some sort of teacher from far away comes into Horrortown to do an exigation, sure. Let's do that
Ex
pun.
excavation.
Yes, but exivation.
Excavation.
Yeah, the egg puns, I swear. But anyways, he goes ahead and says something along the lines of this, like, found some discoveries, so we're gonna do some funny stuff. So quest ends. Then the Brooke and Ricky talking to each other as they go to the site in question, probably talking about how much they love each other, and they're doing their job, of course. It's like, oh yes, our business, our business of you taking pictures and me writing reports. Yes, this is awkward. Anyways, they go ahead in the second quest. They actually meet with Hardestein. What a weird name, by the way, Hardestein. I mean, that's not her real name. It's like Goobler, Hardy X Gil. It's like Stein. Like, we joked about this, but it's like Stein's like, what alien name should I do? And he just goes and, good enough. Just slap his name like
God, now I feel like I need to fucking read her name online.
Yeah, you can't even do hydro. It's like you gotta do a monster tongue.
Oh my god.
Cyborgs.
It's like, what's your name? Well, in order to pronounce my name correctly, I would have to rip up your tongue. Yeah, so it's like that. He's got to roll the tentacles. What? My mother was a saint. Get out. Anyways, so they meet with.
You just called me.
Yeah. So they meet with Hardenstein, which he's like, they're thrilled. It's like, oh, welcome, children. Welcome, children. Are we going with him as foul voice now? Is that her personality?
Hello, children.
Is that her I guess so, because he looks like Mrs. Burns now.
Excellent.
Excellent, children.
Pretty good work, children.
I'm glad you come to the excavation.
Mrs.
Yes.
Hardest, why do you sound like you're having a stroke? I ate too many eggs.
I show you what I discovered. So they do that. It's the quest ends. So they get introduced to the exegation site. Oh, we already did that. Yeah. So they actually go to the site in question to see what that she discovered, which is like, uh, may. God, I'm all over the place with this. So the next quest, they actually get amazed by the fact that they see not only strange dinosaur bones, but egg fossils that she found on this whole exhibition thing. And it's like, this is amazing. I've never seen these species of dinosaurs before. It's like, oh, yeah. You probably see where this is going from here, but it's just it's like why, where else but Horror Town, right? It's like any weird fucking thing that happens, of course it's gonna go there. It's like this epic center of this weirdness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why people moved in. People moved in, by the way. Like they purposely heard like, oh, monsters comes in. It's like, pack your bags, kids. We're going to Horror Town. That's where we're living now. But
Actually, okay, so this one reminds me of that one scene in like Simpsons where this family was driving down somewhere, and the dad was angrily yelling at their kids like,
if
"You
you
keep
kids
doing that, and I'm gonna
knock it
turn
off,
it around. Right? I'm gonna turn this car around."
and
Nelson
then Nelson's
smacks him
like,
over the head. He's like, "That's it,
that's
back
back
to
to Winnipeg.
Winnipeg."
Back to your home. Back to your home. That's it. Back to Winnipeg.
Oh
That's
no.
it, back to Winnipeg.
Can you imagine that he just does that? He's like driving, he's close to his destination, and he's just fucking like, you know what? Fuck you, kids. I'm going all the way back. I don't care how much money I wasted. I have to teach you a lesson. Yeah. And again, the Simpsons are great in its own aspects in some cases. Do we joke about what was it, Spaghetti Week? Like,
Spaghetti Week.
yeah, it was some sort of no, it was talking about like imagine spaghetti on your face and whatnot. And there was just like this scene of Bart eating spaghetti and Homer following suit with the same messy
Oh
demeanor.
yeah,
So the one remembering that. Anyways,
I
so
think we were like making fun of one of our intelligence.
yeah, eating food like that, like eating baby food. But
I
speaking
think
of
it was
eating
me.
food, after the quest ends, her like Hardest theme is kind of offering them. It's like, yeah, your children seem hungry. I got some food here for you. God, I hate this. I hate what we did here. I know there's no voice now. Oh God, I don't feel like I want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this no more. Do the funny voices, Grip.
Well, you designed the character that way, so it's your fault.
My fault. It's your fault.
It is your fault.
It's all my fault. Uh, anyways, so they decide to eat the food, which is, our lovely green eggs and spam, and drink it down with eggnog. That's for added measure, like everything eggs, eggs all over the place.
Eggs are good for you.
Especially, mentioning of eggs, green eggs. Wasn't there a show like didn't they make green eggs and ham into like a show and on
Yes, they did.
Netflix? Yeah, I remember this
Yeah.
now. It's so weird. Like I'm surprised they were like they took a book and they were like, let's make a TV show out of this, and it's like let's just build a story, like a lore behind why Sam I am likes green eggs and ham. And the guy who he harassed is like, no, I don't want green. I think I saw a joke somewhere where they're talking about how it's like I can't eat cakes and ham because I'm allergic, and then he's just like, oh, like, and he gets sad. He's like, all right, fine, eat it, and he just dies.
Oh.
But yeah,
Damn.
I think in that story, the guy in question is like he was an inventor, I think, and it was so weird because there was nothing to do with green eggs and ham. It was like this eggs. It's like God, it's like the way to take the source material and just kind of go like, yeah, let's just do our own thing with this out of nowhere. Just make our own story. And but every episode we'll name it after the thing, like a fox in the box, and I forgot all the other stuff.
Something about a boat.
A boat, yeah, a boat and a tote. Tree and a me. I don't know. They do random words. He could make random stuff and words and all that stuff. Speaking of, no, yeah, one more. I know one more for good measure. Apparently, they're actually making there's someone who's making a horror game. Um, that's kind of like an Eldritch horror, but meet with Dr. Seuss artwork, which
Oh
is
God.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like the island of God. I have to look at the name exactly. I'm probably showing something off, unless I'm lazy, which I probably am. I'm probably lazy, but you look it up yourself. Just type in Eldritch horror, Dr. Seuss, and there you go. Actually, God, I'm going on with Dr. Seuss now. Did you know that someone made a the steamed hams version of with Dr. Seuss?
Oh no.
Someone literally made a book like Dr. Seuss with the joke with steamed egg and ham. And someone's
I
reading it.
have to see that at some point.
Yeah, I'll probably do it like link it up as I speak while we're doing this. Actually, let me do that right now. And while I'm doing that, let me find out what the thing is. You talk amongst yourselves while I do this. The playbill music. While I try to type this.
I was actually looking up a bit on Mrs. and other than the feathery white blonde hair bit, it's actually surprising how accurate I did to her design.
Despite you not knowing anything, that's what's
Yeah,
crazy about
despite
it.
me not knowing jack shit about this book.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find. I swear to God, I saw this, and I'm just like, I'm not crazy. I did see this. I'm trying to think where it is. Ah, there it is. I found it.
Not
Did
What
your
is it
thing work?
called? Huh?
Did your idea work?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, yeah, it did work. Now don't type in Eldritch. That's what I found. Lovecraftian, on the other hand, that's the key word. Island of Dr. Morris or Mor. God, I can't speak words. Morose.
Morris?
Yeah,
Sorry, I zoned out. Spell it again.
Morose. It's like
Moros.
Moros. Yeah, so the Island Dr. Moros is what it's called. Not to be confused with the other island game. Let me show you this while I'm also doing the like again. A lot of people are probably be like, "Oh, come on, Graham, show us the thing hold on, man. I'm all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, this is
The
his version of
fictional
waxing
audience that
you.
don't exist. So I sent that now. Let me go ahead and say the other Dr. Seuss thing. I know that's not his real name. That's his like student like his thing, right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, steam hams. Yeah, so someone did this, which is like okay, cool. Someone actually made the book. Someone did a YouTube video as if they're reading the book for the first time. It's just like today we're going to be reading about steam hams by Dr. Seuss. It's
I
great. It
actually kind of want to
actually is
watch it after
funny
this.
because it's so close to the source material and also stays true to Dr. Seuss's like whole rhyming scheme and all that. It's great. I love it. It's like God, the amount of dedication some people do for it's a stupid joke of a short segment on a 22 minutes to Springfield stuff. It just amazes me.
I feel like the humor dynamic between Skinner and Chalmers is actually one of the best kind of dynamics because Skinner's usually like this weird, awkward character,
Yeah, and he's a
and
straight man.
Chalmers is like Chalmers is like this really strict guy who doesn't really take humor seriously.
Yeah,
Weird, ironically enough.
they did a joke. I think they did a joke with the Who's on First with them. It's like,
Yeah, the
yes, not the
Albert and
person.
Costello.
Great to ruin the joke. Yeah, that's such an old joke. Anyways, so where were we? All right, so they were eating food, right? So they're eating their eggs, eggs galore. Meanwhile, Brooke is not feeling so good. Ricky kind of feels like he's feeling a little weird too, but he's not as bad as Brooke does. And Brooke is like really like, oh, she's not looking so good. She's looking a red, a little red on the weather. Are you feeling okay, Brooke? You don't look so good. My skin is feeling very scaly at the moment. Anyways, quest starts, quest ends. This is when Brooke turns into a geek, and then this is when Ricky turns into a creep. Because for some reason, this thing is supposed to turn you into like the sub. But the thing is, she didn't realize that he was a creep, right? So she thought, "Oh, I'm gonna turn you into a geek too." But he's like, "Oh, what? What? You're a creep? What? 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 What?"
Yeah, I can imagine her doing like the fucking Sheila Broflovsky
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so like of course Brooke's horrified by this red resistant, but that's okay because the Mrs. Hardestein decided to reveal who she really is by her weird alien name that I hate Stein for because I can't pronounce it for the life of me. It's like if someone takes a gun to my head, like pronounce his name, and they'll be like, I don't know.
Cyborg.
I can imagine like if I were in that scenario and I was forced
Right.
to repeat something,
Just
I
shoot
would
me.
be like, you know what, you might as well just cock the gun already.
Just shoot me. Kill me.
Just do it.
Just
You
do
just
it.
say it.
Do
You
it.
just say it tearfully.
Just do like Shia LaBeouf. Do it! Just do it! Anyways. So yeah, she reveals her true self and she activates this device which somehow makes Brooke go crazy. Don't mind if I do. I love how you knew where I was going with that.
Yeah,
Don't mind if I
like I
do.
thought that too. Like as soon as you said "go crazy," I'm like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so go crazy. The best way to describe it is to go crazy, but yeah. So basically, she goes feral in a sense, right? Because some reason she has some weird device that makes creeps or I guess geeks go crazy. Yeah, yeah, you know. uh,
That makes
Yeah, you know,
yeah,
yeah,
the thing,
You
you know.
know.
Yeah,
yeah, you know.
the thingy.
Makes them go egg up with a side of nuts.
Yes, all that, all that and more. So quest ends. And while this is happening, she activates again to reanimate the bones to geeks themselves. So now she's getting an army together to take over the world. Of course, because of course.
Now we the nerds will rule the
The
world.
world with our superior intellect and reptilian brains.
With our superior cephalon.
Why don't I reanimate you again?
We're gonna win
And
this
I'm the
time.
queen of them all.
No longer will we be shelved in lockers.
We, the geeks, will rule the world.
We will take over the
And those who
world.
oppose, those who will not join us, will be destroyed.
And this time, everything will be in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how stupid this meme. I love how I come out of this not knowing anything, and I'm just like, yeah, great. This is growing out my way. I'm getting out this real good. No, I would know any of the wiser if I wasn't too open with everybody. Everyone would just know that this was just always the case. This was always the plan. Anyways, so next quest starts, and Ricky now finally escapes while she's doing her own spiel. So he escapes, tries to call for help, as he were calling all the creeps. Oh, he's like the book.
uh,
And the reason he's doing this too, by the way, because technically speaking, he's not the commander. Because in the story, it's supposed to be he eats. No, he accidentally calls the creeps because of the joke thing, and he finds out the bullies were actually creeps, and like they think he's the commander. Like, oh yes, commander. What are we gonna do to turn the other people into the creeps ourselves, right? Right. So in the game Ricky, no, not Ricky. Marty spiked the punch to basically turn him into a creep. Although makes no sense because there's an animation of him eating a cookie to actually turn into a creep, right? So for this logic, we'll just kind of like it seems like he's able to transform in and out, according to another book that they got adapted, which was Phantom of the Auditorium, if you remember that. He does whenever he
Yeah.
gets mad, he hulks out. He turns into a creep. You don't like
Yeah.
me when I'm angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm
Angry. Turn into a bully.
Yeah, and he turns out to be like this weak little creep, like.
Yeah. So, anyways, he ends up calling the creeps. Right. So then he convinces. So they come in. He got the two guys, right, which is the normal creep and then the big one, the big T-Rex looking one. Who's supposed to, I guess, be the prom king. But yeah, so they end up convincing them to be like, well, no, it's just like, why should we help you? It's like, well, why should we help you, nerd? Right, because it's not, obviously it's not the commander, or I don't know. We could do the commander,
Wait,
but
I thought he became the commander after he got turned into a creep in Horrortown,
I don't know because he technically didn't. Yeah,
didn't he?
sure, whatever, whatever. Anyways, some way he convinces them in the sense of saying that there's these like geeks, I think is what they call them. It's like geeks. We hate geeks. We know exactly what to deal with them. So they're just on board now.
Geeks. Oh, I'm gonna teach those geeks a lesson.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's
you
like that
magic
the
brokers.
episode from the what do you call it, The Simpsons, where it's like the bully, like Lisa gets bullied, and it's like, how does she know she's there? And it's just like they find out it's because Geeks has this weird protein, like this smell to them that if nullified, it's like the bully doesn't go after people.
Oh,
So it's like that kind of aspect. It's like when Geeks around with creeps, they're like, oh, oh, it's a bloodbath, right? So.
it's time to shove geeks into lockers.
No, yeah, that's funny. I can imagine that being the case. It's just like, So, anyways, next thing, Hardesty does her monologue like to the geeks to be like, oh, like what we did before. But then they get attacked by the creeps, and they're like, oh no, the creeps! My worst fears
I'm
realized.
getting me a comic wedgie.
Here you go, nerd. It's like, where the hell is this lock? It's like, where did Doctor come from? It makes no sense. Shut up, nerd. Shoves them in the lockers and pushes them. Can you
And
imagine that being
swirlies.
something funny to see? Just like,
Fucking swirlies galore.
oh my god, fucking throw them in twirlies. It's like, blah, blah. Sabotage! No, my
Oh, you know what's really funny now?
yeah,
How many of you have heard of the nuisance streamer named Neon?
I've heard.
I
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, Neon. Like, you know how a lot of people don't wedgie people anymore?
Yeah.
yeah.
This fucking guy gets wedgied, and this guy even looks like your classic fucking nerd too.
Oh
Like
my
he looks
god.
like someone who gets bullied in school by the jocks. This kid gets fucking wedgied, and it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
It's like watching a fucking parody on like Disney Channel or something.
Yeah, it's like
uh,
database thing. What
yeah, my
atomic wedgie?
auntie. No, no, the polyester is wedging up my butt.
Oh my god, I'm just imagining how this is gonna look now.
I'd
Especially
probably
poor
draw
Brooke.
like Neon as a geek getting wedgied by a creep.
Yeah, poor Brooke. Uh, yeah, fortunately, like Ricky, like yeah, Brooke didn't get attacked with this whole thing, so good on her. She got avoided the whole thing,
I
despite
guess
the
that
fact.
means that even geeks, even female geeks don't get bullied.
I mean, well, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, how much, how often do you get to see female geeks? I mean, you only got the one, which is like Mrs. Wow over there.
Well, yeah, they're like a fucking
You'll be my new
rare
queen.
Pokemon.
That's why she turned Brooke into a geek. It's like, you'll be my new queen after I die. After mine,
Take
you'll be
over
the
the
new
world when I
queen.
am gone. I needed a successor.
You'll be laying more eggs. I don't want to lay eggs. Go back. You gotta lay more eggs for me. We only need 900 to go. Now she
We
sounded like
only
a bit.
need
She sounded like
50
a female Uncle
million
Fester
eggs.
now. She sounded like a female Uncle Fester now.
I can imagine Brooke being like, but I don't want to lay eggs, and I don't want to die, but here we are.
But here we are, starting to get laying. It's like that Looney Tunes sort with Daffy Duck convincing the crooks that he can lay golden eggs. You got
Oh
5
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, he's like, I finally did it. Good. Now lay 100 of them. And eventually cops come in and he's just like, yeah. Anyways, so quest start quits ends. So Ricky success like at this point the geeks are kind of getting themselves harassed and whatnot. So he ends up deactivating the device in question, which results in the nerds turning into bones again. He reanimates the people. They're like, oh, they're dead now.
It
Except,
reminds me of that scene in Dragon. I think it was Dragon Quest, that old arcade game where the
yeah,
hero just
yeah,
turned
exactly,
spikes and it falls
exactly
down.
that. This is what happened. This is turned into bones. Like, damn, bro, you got wedged him so hard he died.
You wedged him so hard he fucking turned into a skeleton.
Hey, that's so awesome, dude. Let's go celebrate. Let's go to the Seder place and get some more of that roaches to go stuff.
Oh, it'd be really funny if the next fossil excavation they see like a fucking dinosaur skeleton with a big ass wedgie.
Oh no.
I wonder what this
And
was all
another one
about.
is like a fucking and another one's like a fucking petrified locker, and you open it and there's like a
Yeah,
skeleton of
like
another
yeah,
geek in there.
skeleton of him being scared. It's like no.
It's like, oh wow, even they had trouble back in the day.
Wow,
I know, right?
this goes all the way back to prehistoric times.
Yeah, all the way back to the Triassic era. Even the smaller dinosaurs were being picked on by the bigger dinosaurs.
See, this is why I did the dinosaur meme. It makes more sense now. Sorry. Yeah, so at this point, Miss Hardster is like long since gone because she says, I think as soon as the creeps came in, she's like, I'm out. Screw this noise. Fuck, fuck this.
Goodbye.
Fuck this plan. I'm out.
Well, this was a total bust. Might as well go someplace else.
All right, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Well, man, that's my time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's my
Au
existence.
revoir. Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Bon voyage.
Anyway, so last quest. Like Brooke basically is out of her trance, but she's still stuck as a geek now. She's obviously not too thrilled on the idea. Like she's like, I'm a monster now. But Ricky
And
in this
then Ricky's like, am I a joke to you?
but bitch, I'm a monster too. So it's like, oh, look at love. It's love. Now they can be together again. Yay. Poor Lucy. She doesn't get but now she has Noah now. But before she's like hitting on Ricky, but it's like, ah, poor girl. No. Yeah, so yeah, lovely ending. Despite the horrors that Brooke is now a monster, but okay, whatever. She could still be human at some point. Her monster boyfriend can help her. Anyways,
He'll help
quest
her
start, quest
adjust.
ends. And then you get Curly again, just doing like, wow. Horrible story. Yeah,
What was
bullied.
that?
It reminded me of my own time being bullied by my sisters. I hated it. Why are I even telling this story?
And then Nightshade comes in, it's like, hey bro, time for your swirly.
No. All right, in the lock at porta potty. No. And a poopsicle. That's horrible. Oh god, yeah. Time for your swirly, bro. No.
It would be like that one meme where like the Nightshade on one side would be like, "All right, bro, time for your swirly," and then like Curly would be like, "Okay."
Yeah. Hey, babe, it's time for your swirly attack. Okay. He's just cute at this point. Uh, and I guess that's the story. As
It's just funny.
yeah, that was the story. I can't believe we ended up making that exist, but there it is. There it is.
Done it. It's here.
It's here. It's done. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts on this horrendous deal?
It was a beautiful story.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad you guys are here for the.
Yes, now you get to see the chaos of what happens back in the scene. Oh, God. Anyways, so normally this would be the time would be like, here's Mrs.Hardest's story, but I can't really give a care. All I can say is that you could just copy and paste from her horrible story back in the other book she came from, where she's like, "Let me tell you the story where I first started back in my day. I didn't start. I can't even make up words at the moment. Just like, I had something about I had an army, but then a brat kid came in. This monster of a child. You were
Now this
true.
is a tale all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
Look at that, get right here. Well, about the time I end up dying. I end up losing my life again. I feel bad. I love how this character just turned into this whole pathetic, like, I'm gonna do this thing, and then like something bad happens, like, oh shit. Wait,
Well,
wait, hold on a minute. In the story, you got ate by the eggs and you died. How are you alive? I'm not.
My soul died years ago. I'm un.
You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go, Jimmy. I'm dead.
You gotta let me go, Jimmy. I died.
gotta let it go, Jimmy. You gotta let it go.
It was not
No
your
time to cry.
fault. I mean, it was actually your fault, but trying to
Well,
make it
time
out
for me
feel
to
so
go back to
bad.
hell.
Yeah, you're going to. I'm heading hell now. I didn't even think this place existed, but here we are. I met this
It
lovely
would be like
lady
that. I
who's
can
in
imagine it would
support.
be like that one scene in Smiling Friends where like
Yeah, by the way,
Mrs.
I'm not
Falliver
dead.
just like appears like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to hell now." And just gets sent to
Yeah.
hell straight.
Wait, it's like, yeah, but it's just like, but wait, how did you die? It's like, well, when I was in hell, I met this lovely florist lady. She also hated the patriarchy. So I went I was in her door. She let me come up here when she was out from, I think she came from Demon City, whatever that place is. Yeah, she comes from Demon City, by the way. That's her. That's now, that's canonly what hell is now. It's Demon City in Germany.
That's good now.
Oh god, it's canon now. Oh god.
And
No, it's canon
Good now.
now. Can you just say it's canon now?
Well, it's canon now.
Uh,
Can you say it's canon now? Yeah, I like that.
yeah, dead Mimsy. That's dark. Yeah.
uh,
It's awkwardly laughing. Yeah. Oh, Mimsy, you silly goose. Yeah.
Well, not for these minutes, but like for the past few days.
Yeah, the animation's funny, but the shorts, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know anything else that I can add from that besides you know, just copy paste and there you go, all done. All done.
We're just gonna copy and paste. We'll be good here.
Yeah, good. All good. There you go, Pixel. There's your story. Go on, chop chop. We did your job. Oh, what? What's that? You're not gonna do the story? Oh, great. Okay. I guess that's it then for now. The game's not dead though, but they're not doing anything, so it might as well be dead. It's in this endless, horrible limbo of just being like an undead, zombified state. It's like it's dead on. It's like fucking laying on the bed with IVs and all that, with the little beeper on there, right? And every time it's just like feels like it's dead, but it's not. It's just like it's just sitting there, and then it brings up its corpse every now and then. Up, it's Halloween. Up it goes. Ah, ooh, all right, back in bed you go. Maybe a Christmas. Maybe we'll get festive. That's it. You get Halloween and Christmas. That's all you get. And then maybe if we feel like it, we might give you one other update. Maybe Valentine's Day, maybe Easter. Oh, maybe a summer thing that's like been delayed, and that's the Halloween update now. I'm still pissed off by that.
Maybe we'll give you another shitty Valentine's Day update.
With
There are plenty of
werewolves.
controversy.
Another werewolf update for Valentine's Day because that's just a trend now. What other werewolf themed book we got going on? I don't know.
I wonder what else. I wonder how much we can milk this werewolf for.
Yeah. We need
I
more
think the
werewolf
only
wife.
other werewolf. I
We
think the
need
only other few werewolf ones are like Werewolf in the Living Room, uh, Alone in Werewolf Woods, and All Day Nightmare.
you forgot werewolf skin. Best one.
Yeah, but I feel like that one's more of a Halloween story.
What?
I feel like that one's more of a Halloween story.
I mean, I guess, but the story ends with the girl biting the other guys. It's like, well, I'm turning you into a werewolf too, buddy. Love bites. Oh, fuck.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so there you go. It's like, yeah, but I'm a real. It's like, yeah, you stopped your uncle and aunt turning from werewolves because wearing costumes. Good for you, yay! But turns out I'm actually a real werewolf. Now you get to be
Oh wow,
one too.
you stopped your relatives from turning into werewolves, but you didn't stop me.
That reminds me of the bit. It's like, call the ambulance, call the ambulance, but not from me.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just like, but not from me. uh, Anyway, I guess that's it because I don't know what else to add to this excellent adventure.
Lots of eggs. Lots of Miss Fowl.
Yes, lots of misfoul. That's very important. And the nerdy nerdy creeps.
And the nerds versus the geeks.
Yes, and of course the geeks lost. Creeps
And I
versus
think
geeks.
No surprise there.
Oh yeah, and then we got the Herberts. Yes, more Herbert. Geeks, Herberts, and God, I don't even know what I'm gonna call this episode. This is horrible.
Oops, all Herberts.
Herberts and eggs and fowls. Oh my!
Oh my God.
Herberts, nerds, and fowls.
Hey,
Yeah, that's a good one.
at least you got so many materials to work with, and I'm wondering how much of that is gonna be done. Be the last day, it'd be like, oh shit, I gotta just draw it real quick. I'm
Don't worry,
literally
it'll take you
editing
like
it right
30
now.
minutes.
I
Don't
can't
worry.
finish it until you give me something.
Oh, don't worry, I've been drawing for the last little while now.
Oh, good. I gotta pay you now. I've been drawing, Grim. Cha-ching, pay.
Big
I've
big
been
money.
drawing. I will accept
Money, money,
money,
money, money,
please.
money.
Money.
God.
What inspired you to draw for this series? Money.
Money. Hello, I like money.
Really good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I was surprised too. I didn't even realize I got that down. I guess I could do it, Mr. Crab.
Honestly,
Mr. Squidward.
that's like Vampire with Pete the cat. He was very surprised he could do that.
Yeah.
The cat.
Sponge boy me, Bob. I'm a don't catch me, and I'm going to die.
Yeah. I love those memes. The SpongeBob me, Bob.
Is
Uh,
this the end? We got someone waiting for us.
yeah.
Wait, we have somebody waiting for us? What?
Yeah.
Now, if you guys need to go, I mean, we could probably wrap it up then. So,
Yeah.
anyways, thank you guys for joining us. If there's anything you want to shill, you can do that now.
My YouTube link will be in description. I do a lot of fantasy like games, and it's just a vibe. It's just a chill vibe. Come hang out with me.
If I can get my link ready, I do Twitch streams. I play. I don't really have a favorite genre of games. I just play whatever I feel like playing. If I'm gonna be honest, so if you guys want to come by, maybe just like hang out, just watch me go insane sometimes. Maybe curse out a boss once in a while.
Building Eldritch
And
Horrors.
occasionally catch me.
Occasionally catch a vampire once in a while.
Yeah.
And me.
All good and golden. So I guess this is now the time where we give you the teaser to what the next episode is, which is a vampire-esque episode, and you seem to be very excited about this one because this is one of those interesting ones, right? So
Yeah.
here's the meme.
You had me come on to this one first and not the vampire one. I feel betrayed.
Let's roll the clip.
You shall battle to the death, and the winner will be given his freedom. Why are you looking at me like that?
Peter, would you like a glass of... Oh my God! I told you not to play God with those ants!
Yeah, it's funny about the ant stuff though, because it reminds me of a meme. I think I showed you this way long ago, which was just like the best way to describe Eldritch horror is that imagine if you're just sitting out minding your own business, and all of a sudden you start hearing your name being chanted, and you go out like you're like, what's this all about? You go outside and you see these little ants that are like chanting your name, and you're like, what is this all about? And it's just like, oh, we called you Almighty God. You need to do our favor now. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. There's nothing else better to do. This will be fucking fun. All right, what do you want? Right? So they'd be just stuff like, kill this other ant, or we need sugar. And you're like, okay, here you go. Right? Some stuff like that. But then you get something that you have no idea how to fucking do. So like this other ant is like, well, this other ant's not liking me, and I want to find out how. And she's like, okay, how the fuck do I do that? And they're like, okay, well, then you convince those two ants to go away. Then you kill the whole ant colony. And it's like, oh, there now this is just you two. There you go, you live. And then it's like down. He's like, oh my god, what have I done? Best way to describe it. It's just like that. Imagine that being you're an Eldritch god, and you're just like, all right, fine, shoot. Like, how the fuck do I do that? Okay, sure. Everyone's destroyed now. Now it's just you two living together. Almost kind of like, you know what? Now I'm just reminded of that Timmy Turner thing with when he wished everyone was gone except for him and Trixie, and then Trixie was becoming crazy. Tell me I'm pretty. Ah! Anyways,
You're pretty. That's not gonna work anymore. But thank you.
yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it for now. I guess we should wrap it then. Anyways, thank you for joining us this time evening, and thank you for the Spooky Dookie crew to still can't believe that's the name now. We're giving this for coming for this podcast. So yeah, with that, folks, that's a wrap. Actually, hold on, you were not supposed to. Wait, you're supposed to do your funny bit, right? Again, that's again with the whole funny bit thing.
Yeah, you're just like passing right over me.
All right, just do your thing. Do your thing then.
Do it.
I'm being
That's
grim.
Candyman.
Yes. Is that your is that your bit?
No.
Do your bit then. Do a bit, monkey. Do it.
I'll see you real soon. Luckily, I got some popsicles waiting for you down in my cellar.
Shape like my finger. That's a wrap.
See ya.
Bye.